Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the internet. I'm Xansystem3, and today we're going to be playing some Minecraft. In Minecraft Let's Play episode wait a minute. This looks kind of weird. Why is Minecraft looking so weird? It looks like it's kind of broken. Oh, this glass looks kind of weird, and... Oh, wait, why is all my GUI stuff, like, on the corners and sides of the screen? Wait a minute. Am I playing on a computer? Well, this is still Bedrock Edition because it has the coordinates in the corner, but... Oh, wow, look at that. I got a new computer, and this is Minecraft Ray Tracing. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the internet, and this is Minecraft Let's Play episode number, I'm gonna say 54, but I'm not sure because I don't keep track of these things, and I record these videos on a whim, and, yeah, so today I'm gonna be doing a tour of my Minecraft world, because I have done a bunch of junk off camera, and I thought, hey, I might as well show it, and so that's what we're doing today. So, without further ado, let's, start this tour. And before I start the actual tour, I would just like to say, yes, I got a new computer, and it has an RTX card in it, so yeah, it can do the ray tracing, which is pretty fun, and it'll probably be able to record some better quality videos for you all. So yeah, without further ado, or whatever people say, ado, the dew on the grass down there, I don't know. Let's jump right head first into this video. So, we start this tour off at my spawn. The first thing I built was a house. It was actually right where this mine is. On the screen you'll see some footage of my first video. I probably have the footage, like the raw footage for it, somewhere on my old Lenovo laptop, but I'm not sure exactly where it is, but hopefully I'll be able to find that footage, and if I can't, I'll probably just show the YouTube video footage thingamajig. But yeah, as you can see, it's not here anymore. It was a little glass house, and it had like a crafting table and stuff in it, and it had little thing right here, and eventually I started digging a hole all the way down, which now this is, and I eventually made it just a drop with that piston door, and I used to have like a weird way up there with a ladder, but I changed it, and I never got rid of this netherrack, even though I definitely have enough redstone to do so. I mean, who doesn't have that much redstone? But, you know, so I have all these redstone blocks here, which, fun fact, glow with Kelly's RTX pack. I guess I could show you it. Video. That's probably not it. No, it's, yeah, resource packs. There you go. Look, there's my resource packs. I don't know why the Hive resource pack is in there, or how I got that, but there it is. Oh, here's my active ones, by the way. Glowing ores, glowing amethyst, and vanilla conversion, but I didn't want to change any textures, so I did not do the clear glass add-on, although I did think it looked cool. So yeah, this is the mine. Over time, I just kept mining, and then, I kept mining. Oh, these slime are kind of glitchy. Ooh. But, you know, so I have some ice to get around a bit quicker. I have a bunch of tunnels. They go hundreds of blocks each direction. I think one goes just about to 1,000. And that's about it. It's just a mine. I can't really use this mine anymore because no new blocks are in it. You know, none of the new ores. This is a very old mine. But, in 1.18, the bedrock will be replaced with deep slate, and I will be able to go down there and mine in some new caves, which I'm very excited about. Away from there, I used to have a cow farm here, or whatever you'd call that. The thing about the cow farm is, it just caused a lot of lag, because I always had so many cows in there, so I actually moved them into a mountain over there. I have a cat right now who wants to jump up onto my lap, but, yeah. So, this is actually the same ow, he's scratching me. But yeah, this is the original cobblestone, at least most of it is. I might have actually broken something on the top and all that, but you get the point. What I did was I replaced the ground and then just put all the ores that were in the game at the time down there. There's actually flint in that chest. And I just covered the whole thing in glass, like it's glass all the way to the bottom, because I didn't want anything spawning in there. And that's kind of it. I moved the cows into a mountain over there, which I'll show in a bit. Those are the last few things where I can really pinpoint when I made them, except for maybe these two tower farms, which, yes, we have a wheat farm, and we have a sugarcane farm. Pretty self-explanatory. The sugarcane farm is kind of weird in the way it's built, because there's like a little area to walk here, but like not on the other side. Actually, there is. It goes from Y68 to Y134, maybe 35. I don't know where the coordinates counts, like your feet, below your feet, or like top part of your body, but you get the point. It goes pretty tall up into the sky, and same with the wheat one. And since at the time I didn't like rain, what I did was I added this roof here. It's made of glass, as you can see. I didn't like rain because I didn't want rain, and old world I had that I actually deleted before this. I don't know why I deleted it. I went creative because I got angry that I died, and then realized, well, I don't want to play in this world anymore. And then I deleted it. Why did I delete it? What was going through my mind that made me think, yeah, you know what? I'll delete this world. Like, no, I could have still kept it to look at it. I only have some screenshots of it now, and it's definitely not savable now. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of recreate that in this world, but I never really did it. And since I hadn't found a desert for a very long time, even though I have one like 200 blocks away from my spawn, I was like, eh. And, you know, because I didn't find it for a while, but I think I actually found it on stream. I'm not going to be able to find footage of that because I'm very bad at organizing my stream footage. But yeah, as you can see, I made some rain protectors for little bits and bobs around here, which is actually kind of annoying now because I can't use my Riptide Trident, which helps me save fireworks, and also if I have a conduit, I can't get the night vision or any of the fun effects from it, like I have here, so I can't actually, you know, utilize it to the best of my ability, or best of its ability. I can't utilize it at all. Continuing the tour of around my spawn, I have this packed ice pathway, you know, goes decently quickly, I'd say, but, you know, it doesn't hold up the best in modern Minecraft. I have this railway that I used to get the 500 blocks of rail achievement. I forget what it's called. Down here, I have a packed ice, not even blue ice, pathway with trapdoors on it, so you can go really fast. I also up there have another ice pathway, because that's kind of like my main one. I do regret making it have obsidian, because it's going to be a big pain to remove if I ever want to, especially since it doesn't actually go to the 0 coordinates, and it isn't even that tall, so I had to, like, move it. I don't know what I was thinking when I made this, but, you know, I'm probably not getting rid of it anytime soon. As you can see, I have a bowl of beans over here, made of everybody's favorite block, bowl of beans. As you can see, you got the meatballs, and you got the beans, and you got a secret little entrance here. Over here, this is actually relatively recent, a year ago. I just made this until it went out of sight for the render distance of a realm, which, if you're wondering, is like 8.5 chunks or so. My cats are fighting. Hey, no, Grishaks, no! But as you can see, I just have this, I don't know, it's nether quartz and netherrack. It's like a weird spiral thing. And it just goes really high, and that's about it. And as you can see around my spawn and different places around it, I have these little puddles of water just so I can easily use my Riptide Trident to move around, which will be very handy in Minecraft 1.18 when that comes out, because you use durability on your elytra from, you know, using the firework as opposed to just gliding around, which I find to be a big bonus to it, although a lot of people are considering it a nerf. But I think, you know, I think it's much better, personally, because I can use tridents and stuff, and you can launch, like, many stacks of, like, I think it's like 9 stacks of fireworks before your elytra break if you have them breaking 3, which I think is pretty good, because I usually repair mine before that, so I think I'll get extra life out of it, for me personally, because I usually just go really high up in the air and then just glide from there. I'm not someone who just spams 500 fireworks. I like to be efficient with them. As you can see, I have some chests here, with a crafting table, and a ender chest here, which, as you can see, just like a what's on my phone tour, I have a what's in my ender chest. As you can see, I just have random junk. I've had to add a few more riches boxes because there's so many different new types of ore now. You know, it's just all that random junk. So I did my best to try organizing it, but it's whatever. And if you go over here, I have my main storage that I use for most things. I just have random stuff in here that I might want, you know, instant health 2 potion, or a kelp, or ice, I guess, or seeds maybe. You know, let's take these seeds and let's go put them in my house, because that'll be the next thing I do a tour of. I'm not a very creative person, so I didn't really know what to make for a house. I don't even use this house, like, at all. The only things I use it for is if I ever need a stone cutter or something, which obviously doesn't give me much time to be in here. So I have a stone cutter there, a loom here, not an upgrade gear, I forget what these things are called, a smithing table, and a anvil. It's slightly damaged, as you can see. Up here, this is where I used to store all of my obsidian. I still have a good amount of obsidian here, but I mainly just store it in random parts of my world. And over here, we have a nice royal red bed with some sponges there and a black piece of glass before stained glass, or not stained glass, before that. You know that, I forget what it's called, but you know that glass that you can make out of amethyst geode crystals and it blocks out all light. Then we have a furnace, some of my shulker boxes, just RAM stuff, and then we have my composter. It's an automatic composter, so I can throw all of my junk in there, and it composts it, and you get a bone meal from it, which is always nice. I have another ender chest, another anvil, and a grindstone. Of course, my enchantment table, and then some chests with, yeah, as you can see, I haven't used this in a while, considering there's iron tools in it. But you know, this is a nice place. And then if you go over here, you'll notice that, yeah, I have a bunch of torches, crafting tables. It's circled with redstone blocks just because. And there's dirt all over it. And there's a boat up there, and there's torches. I don't know. It's very weird. A creeper blew up, so I replaced the blocks that blew up with hay bales, as you can see. And in the basement of the house, you will see that I was going to make it out of obsidian, but I never did. I was going to be like a bunker or something, and I was going to make it like a mass storage facility, but I never did. You can actually store ender pearls and make teleporters just by doing this. You just put your ender pearl right there, and you throw it, and then it'll be able to, like, you know, keep it there. And then, you know, if you press a button, whether it's remote or not, you can, you know, do that, and you'll be teleported, which I think is an amazing idea. But I tried making one, but I realized I moved it way too far away out of the render distance. I didn't even think about that when making it, so this thing's kind of useless right now. Ooh, the redstone with this always looks like it's glowing. That's fun. But, I mean, I think, you know, if you got used to it, you'd be able to tell. I mean, I can tell already that it's off, because, you know, that's kind of like glowing, and that's kind of like, you know, this is like on, you know, it's like, it's ready to do stuff, I guess. I don't know. And yeah, as you can see, I have some stuff in these chests, but I barely ever used it. I got some cobblestone and I guess stuff from end raiding there. And then also into the mine, I just have this nice little pathway that goes into it. And, you know, oh, here's a door if you're wondering what it looks like. It's a mess in there. You can pretty easily understand what's going on in here. It's just random junk. But yeah, you can, you know, go into the mine easier, and I've never used this because obviously I never did anything with that area. Oh, and if you're wondering what these signs are about, I used to have some water there so I could slow down and then walk, but I found this to be a much safer tactic because with the other one you kind of had to aim yourself and hope you landed through it, but this is just much easier, so that's what I decided to do. Continuing in this area, you'll see I have some carrots. That's about it. That's how I got my carrots. I don't really need carrots too much anymore because I do prefer to eat pork chop because it just fills up more hunger bars, even if it gives you worse saturation. I find it's much easier and better to just use pork chops. I have a world map here, which is fun. It's not obviously of my whole world. That would be 60 million by 60 million blocks, and I don't think I'm going to do that. But as you can see, you know, there's some missing parts to it, but I got it to a point that I was happy with. This actually is all snow, so I have a white map now that I can use to, you know, like, write stuff, make, like, a newspaper or something. I haven't done anything with it yet, but actually I have, because if you go over here, you will find in one of these shulker boxes, there is propaganda. And if you go look at the unknown map, you will see the museum is now open, which we will go to in a second. But before we go to the museum, we have to finish. I have this Zenith 3 sign, or map here. Yeah, I missed the T there. Yeah, and most people don't usually notice it. Not that I tour this world a lot, but, you know, I don't think anybody really knows it. As you can see, this is where the Zenith 3 sign is. I made it out of netherrack, and, yeah, I don't know. There's a path running through it now, but, you know, it's there. Moving on from my spawn, I have my studio. I have a green screen area here, which, you know, here, look, kind of works. You know, I mean, without the glass, it might actually be pretty good. And as you can see here, we have glass, so you can, like, look out on the world. But, you know, I mean, it's kind of good, you know, like, you got the black flooring and the glass in the background, and I think it looks pretty nice. And then I used to just fall through this because this cobblestone structure here was going to be a mob farm, but then I kind of failed to make it work, so now it has a studio on it, and apparently has some ancient debris on it. Over here, I have a little pathway leading over to this mega beacon. It's a mega beacon, and it's not fully made of emeralds. It has a bunch of iron and diamonds in there because those are much more common, easy things to get. But I have a mega beacon, and then going up these stairs yet again, you will see that there is a waterway. And what does this waterway lead to? You will see the water ends, pretty close to a spawn. And if you really keep going, it just goes into this mountain, and then I stopped filling it in with netherrack, and I put some shroom lights in, but then I just kind of stopped. I think I actually did this on a $5 projector I had. I have a video on it, which I will put in the description, but it's really bad. It's a really bad video, but I tried playing on it, but I was on vacation, and I was in a room without any blinds on the windows, so as the sun came up, it became impossible to play. And I remember trying to place stuff and, fill in the water, but I couldn't see anything. So yeah, it's just kind of stayed there like that. But yeah, you can know, now that you've watched this video, that a lot of this netherrack here was actually made while I was looking at a $5 projector when I was on the summer, in summer 2019. Going back to spawn, if you look under this grass right here, you will see that it's actually has cobblestone under it. Well, you can't really see. There you go. Now you can see there's cobblestone under it because I just made a really long cobblestone thing, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to run along this and be able to kill monsters as I pleased, but I found it to be really ugly. So what did I decide to do? I decided not to take down the whole thing, but I decided to completely ruin the terrain under it, so I had no hopes of restoring it. And then just kind of cover it up, and that's what's happened. I don't know why I did that. I could have just restored the terrain, but you know what? The human mind is a weird thing. Also, once someone joined my world, this is a single player world, so I didn't do much, because obviously, I stopped that quickly, but as you can see, this is their base that is under here, and mostly blocked up. And of course, I have my secondary storage here. It just has a bunch of stuff I need to use every so often. There. I mean, I have some, gosh, I have bad storage if I have 13 diamonds just sitting in a chest there. But you know what, we'll ignore that for now. We are going to look at my spawn. As you can see, the spawn has a book for anybody to sign who joins the world. We have my ender dragon egg there. We got my, we got my dragon heads. We got like a fancy lamp made out of the thing. We got like a note block. We got like a zombie and creeper head, and I don't know. I mean, we got jack-o'-lanterns here. You got oh, and then you got your spy glasses. You can look at that cake over here. I don't know, it just has some coordinates to fun stuff in my world. And below it, you'll see there's this pathway. You may wonder what happens when you go on this pathway. Well, let's go down and see. So, if you go down the pathway, this is basically supposed to be the only way to get out. Obviously, it is not, considering the fact that there's iron bars that you can easily jump out of. It's just more of a bonus thing. This place has actually changed a few times. Before, there was nothing there, then you, spawned in a little pit, which is gone now. I think it's, under this, pretty much, which is actually what this space over here is about. You just kind of would spawn in here, but it didn't work because I didn't actually have the correct spawning area, but, you get the point. So you fall down here, and you go into here, so you go through this nice little area. This actually does send you to freedom, but I blocked it off because you'll see. One of these doors kills you, yeah, you have a kill or keep thing there, and I will show you the entrance to that in a second. You have a lever down there, you can kind of see it. So you can, pick who dies and lives, but obviously that wouldn't matter in a single player world, and also you wouldn't be there constantly. But it's the thought that counts. So, unrelated to this, I mined this ginormous, well, it's not that big by today's standards, but this pretty big quarry, and it doesn't even go down to bedrock, but I put some lava in it, and as you can see, this actually isn't on the map. Actually, it is, but I wasn't originally here. Wait, restart that. As you can see, there's lava down there. It makes a face, 2 eyes, nose, mouth. I like it. And since this was made before, Minecraft 1.17 came out, before you would just die, hence is why you have the live door, which I didn't want to get rid of, so I just kind of closed it. But so now you're forced to go this way, and what you gotta do is you just gotta quickly run across these. Oh no. You will see that you have this door they have to quickly open because, yeah, there's no space to walk into. I put it on the inside or outside or whatever. because of that. But, you get out and then you get to explore the world, and you're put out right in front of the museum, which I will show in a second, but there's still more to show. Because this is, I guess, the Pit of Death. I never really gave it a name, but what did I name it here? Yeah, the Pit of Death. It just has some fire around it, and you can look down and see the lava, which I think is kind of cool. You can, see if someone new's joining, but obviously you're not just going to be waiting here literally 24 hours a day waiting for someone to join on a single-player world. But, like I said, it's the thought that counts. It's fun to know I have it. And obviously we have the obsidian wall going around, as you can see. It's kind of big. I don't know why I did it, but, I have a wall showing, the original area. Over here, we have another failed farm just made of cobblestone under it. I would show you, but it's literally the same thing as the other one. And I made this, non-brand made ring here. As you can see, it has some jack-o'-lanterns in it to light it up. And, it's on this nice artificial hill I made around it because I didn't want to get rid of it, I guess. And I actually like this hill. I think it looks pretty nice. It looks like the old, train, which in my opinion looks much better than, today's more refined terrain. As you can see, I sheared off most of the leaves on these trees here because I needed leaves and didn't care about my world at the time at all. But, I also covered this place in cobblestone, which I thought looked ugly. So what I did was I got rid of it and found I could make it into a dirt biome. And I just left the cobblestone on the outside to show that it was a cobblestone biome. And so now it's like a dirt biome, and I actually think it looks pretty nice. Actually left some cobblestone here, but, you can't do everything. And it's also fun to know that, yeah, there was some cobblestone here originally, but yeah, I got rid of it, and now we have this nice pathway going through it. I think I was going to mine out big parts of this place to make it kind of like a weird biome with holes in it and stuff, but I never did that. So, you just kind of have this grass pathway through it. Over here, I have this automatic anvil dispenser. I can show you underneath it. I'll go through this way. Oof. As you can see, the timings are the main part of this. Basically, it drops an anvil down to there, then the slime pushes it up, and then, this door opens, lets the anvil land, and then as it's up in the air, up there, it kind of closes, and then does, you get the point. It basically just throws it out of the ground, and, as you can see, the anvil is right there. So, yeah, it's just one of the few redstone contraptions they made in this world, because I thought, it'd be fun to just have here, and, that's about it. Over here, I have my first enchantment area. As you can see, you can enchant all your fun stuff here, There's actually no lapis lazuli in there, but there was lapis lazuli in there, and you just kind of, enchant, and that's pretty fun. And then over here, I have another quarry, because yes, I was very obsessed with making quarries at one point. I was actually going to put my villagers in here when I had my villagers in this little area, but I will show you that in a second. As you can see, I was kind of going to make it blue, like a blue sky, but then it became too blue, and I never used it because I realized villagers would probably just get stuck. And I just realized I had a fortune pickaxe on me. Let's just switch that out real quick with a silk touch one so that, I don't break any more of that glass, because now I have to fix that another time. Over here I have where my bees are. As you can see, it's my 1.15 shrine, I guess you could say, and it's for when Minecraft 1.15 came out. I have a beacon here, if you're wondering. Pretty boring, but yeah, so for Minecraft 1.15, what I did was have some beehives, and, the busy bees come out of their hives, and, this is where I get all my honey. I don't really need too much, but if I ever need some honey blocks, I'll definitely expand it, but you can see there is much space for expansions in here, so, that's what I'm going to do. Then here is what I call the boathouse. If you're wondering why it's called a boathouse, or I guess fishing hut, it's because apparently that door is broken, but yeah, that's where I used to fish. You'd fill your inventory up with a block that, you just do that you would never actually get out of the water. And then, if you fished, the fish would fly back into, here, and you could catch it in here. And as you can see, I did a good amount of fishing here. And no, this sword is not from fishing. I think it's from villagers or something. But yeah, I have that sword in there. I have some cactuses over here, or cacti as some people call it. But I don't know, I just kind of have them here. Then I did a stream where I don't know what I was trying to do. I think I was trying to get mending. I think it was the second stream I ever did. And, yeah, I don't know. It's a stream. I did. And what I wanted to do was get mending, obviously, like I just said. And every single time I got an enchanted thing, I'd put a different block here, to look at while I did it. And that's what I did. I never got the mending book, by the way. over here we have some bamboo because, you know, I found a bamboo forest in a jungle from the first and only jungle I found in this world. And yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of like bamboo, and I needed bamboo. I actually have an automatic bamboo farm now, so, but you know. Moving further away from spawn, what you will see is I have, well, first of all, I have these sponges, and I have this nether portal here because it's kind of looks like I tried lighting up the, you know, this crying obsidian portal because crying obsidian was new, and I was like, hey, I wanna, whoa. Sorry about that, my microphone just fell. Over here, near the studio where I started this video, as you can see, we have these displays for different ores. I made the coal one crazy big, I'm not sure why. But, you know, I have a coal one, and then I have a gold one, emerald one, redstone one, iron one. I didn't make one for each and every ore, but, you know, I actually don't have a diamond one, I'm pretty sure, which I should probably make, but I actually keep a lot of my ores before I mine them. Right over here in this chest, because you never know if you actually want to place the ore itself as a decoration, so it's best to, you know, if you already have ores, you know, just mine these when you need them. Over here I have what was going to be my mass storage center, which I never really used. I basically murdered an entire village. I'm not sure where that village is anymore, but there's still some remnants of it. But I kind of took the parts and made my own village, and as you can see, I didn't do the best job of recreating it, but you know, I think it turned out fine, except for yeah, this church. I mean, you can probably tell it's a church, but I got the dimensions really wrong. And I don't think it has a cartography table in it. Pretty sure it has not an enchanting table, a brewing stand. But, you know, as you can see, you got, like, this stuff going on here. I realized I didn't really know how to make one, so, yeah, it's not the best, especially with these panes right here, because panes are a pain to place. Ha 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 ha. This is actually where I used to get snow. I had some blocks set up here. I'm not sure what happened to it, but, you know, a fun fact, if you trap a snow golem in a space and you just use a shovel to start mining it, you can get infinite snow, and that's how I got the entirely white map, by just getting a bunch of snow and making blocks. I wish I just used white terracotta or white concrete, because that would have been much easier, but, you know, no. I decided to use snow. Down here, I have some boats, because I actually used to get my pickaxes from these villagers, but now with mending, it's kind of pointless, but you know, villagers, their prices have gone up considerably, as you can see, but they used to be all at 1 emerald, so I just kind of have them in here. No zombies can get into here, because obviously they're trapped, so, you know, they're just kind of in here, with this fun area into my mine. It's just a second area into it, as you can see. I never used this place, but I did some mining in here, but as you can see, it actually connects all the way to my mine. And obviously I have some chests here. These ones have shovels and pickaxes, although I kind of stopped getting them from the villagers, and I stopped using, you know, diamond pickaxes for most things, unless it's a small thing, you know, because it is nice to not have to worry about, you know, mending and stuff. So I just kind of have some pickaxes left over here, and some other miscellaneous things, you know. Okay, well, these diamond shells are silk touch. I don't think any of the pickaxes are, but I guess these silk touch diamond pickaxes might come in handy eventually. But, you know, I tried labeling everything, but I found it was actually much less efficient for me to just label everything, you know, to get all this stuff done, and I found I was actually much better off just searching through chests, because, I mean, there's only so many blocks in the game, and even if there are a lot, I can usually just find the raw resources for them pretty easily. I have a blast furnace here, which has nothing in it. I have a bell. Bells are fun. I have a bed with a cat. It's fun. I have a real cat now, or 2 real cats, but these cats are actually older than my real cats. That's kind of funny. Moving slightly further away from the spawn, right next to the decapitated forest or whatever, we have these sky height farms. As you can see, the most valuable resource in all of Minecraft, the sweet berry, is here. So if you look around, you can see there's sweet berries, and then, there's more sweet berries, and, you know, oh no, there's a lot of sweet berries here. Wait, what was I doing? Why do I have so many sweet berries? But yeah, as you can see, it isn't quite complete yet, but, I have a lot of sweet berries in this sweet berry farm, and, if you, there's some grass there. If you go all the way down, yeah, there's sweet berries the whole way. You keep going down, you know, there's sweet berries, and oh gosh, There's so... Oh gosh, I nearly died then. But yeah, there's just a lot of sweet... they go all the way down to bedrock and all the way up to sky height, although when Minecraft 1.18 comes out, you better believe I am going to expand this farm up and down, at least once it's completed. You know, I have stuff for beetroot, potatoes, and carrots, and then obviously I have the sweet berries over there, and the wheat and sugarcane over here. But over here, you will see I have my redstone golem chicken, because in Minecraft Dungeons, there is a redstone golem, so I thought it'd be cool to make one a chicken one. So, kind of looks weird with the ray tracing, because everything here is either bright or reflective, but, you know, it's kind of made of iron blocks and redstone, and I think it turned out fine. We have this copper creeper, which I've just slowly let, you know, degrade as like a passing of time to show how long I've been around it, which, as you can see, I don't spend too much time just kind of around this thing to let it, you know, do its stuff, and also it goes really, really slowly when, you know, it's all placed together. It has to be 4 blocks apart, fun fact. So, yeah, not the most efficient way of doing it, but I think more the point is to just see how long it'll take. Near that, we have this thing that was about to be a roller coaster, and then I never made a roller coaster. The only thing I actually did use this for was to get in the achievement for going through I think it's called supersonic. Just go through one of these blocks at 400 plus blocks a second, and, you know, you just go down and you elytra through it, and then you land there, and it's a much easier way of getting the achievement. And then over here, we have a beacon, because why not? And then we have, I actually made this before they added, oh gosh, the dripstone lava things to Minecraft, right before Minecraft 1.17, or 1.16 came out. And then I just added the dripstone in afterwards. But as you can see, you have lava over dripstone, put it into a hopper, or not a hopper, a cauldron like this, and it fills up with lava. But I never really use this because it's kind of a pain to get into. Like, you have this weird entrance kind of here, and you go through it, but I never really used it. So, passing by the very realistic New York City building. Oh, yeah, there's some big salmon in there. You'll see right over these hills, there are some fun things. I think I was going to put horses in here and have this as like a house, because this felt very far away at the time. You know, this is like maybe a week into this world, so I just made this. You can tell it's old because it's made of cobblestone. I didn't have any silk touch, and that's about it. You know, I'm not sure what it was, but I think it is. I did make it for horses, and it was going to be like a tall thing or something, but as you can see, I never did anything with it. Over here, you can see I have a stalactite plus lava generator from 2021, and as you can see, the stalactites, or as I like to call them, and Minecraft likes to call them, dripstones, because obviously stalactites and stalagmites, you know, it can change, so obviously you can't really tell the difference when it's in your inventory, so they just called it that, I guess. But oh wow, it's actually produced some pointed dripstone. That's pretty cool. I'll leave those in there because I'll know they're in there. But so this minecart just picks them up after the observers activate the pistons. It's pretty simple. It just powers this block via some redstone on the back. Oh wait, did one actually just grow? Wait a minute. I swear one just grew. Oh no, it's just the flickering of the light. Okay. But as you can see, this is where I get most of my lava. Also, as you can see, since it's all full, I don't use lava too much, but, you know, if I ever need to fill something with lava, you know, this is a very efficient way of doing things. It was so slow in the beginning, I thought that, you know, this would be a very useless way of getting lava, but it's actually very nice, especially since I don't have to go to the nether for my lava anymore. And I have this AFK room if I need to wait for lava, and not wait for dripstone, because that just takes too darn long. It's just fun to see how much dripstone comes out of it, but... you know, so I just have this waiting room made of some of the newer 1.17 blocks, and that's about it. Over here, this is a kind of a pointless farm, because if you didn't know, you can just hold bone meal on glowberries, but, you know, I have this glowberry farm, so if you ever need to farm glowberries for some reason, but you want more than one plant, you know, I have you covered. Oh yeah, if you remember this from a Let's Play, by the way, this candle was added afterwards, but, I saw a creeper, or saw a chicken. I said, oh, that's a nice chicken. And then a creeper just blew up the chicken. It was funnier at the time, but there was that chicken in there with his feather and meat. And he's in a chest. And when candles came out, I was like, hey, put a candle there. So here lies a chicken, and there's a candle. And that's actually kind of fun. we have over here, when I got all the different colors of glass for my museum, I just put them in here to make this tank, but I never used it for water, so it's just kind of sitting here doing nothing. I have a blue concrete thing when I realized, hey, I can use concrete, so I made this blue thing and was probably going to make something out of it. But I never did anything with it, and so I just kind of had this blue box here. Here I tried outlining this swamp biome with white concrete. I think it turned out fine. As you can see, there is I did a decent job outlining it. It's nighttime right now, so it's kind of hard to tell. But, you know, I think it turned out fine. Over here, you go up some steps down below, and it's, I'm not sure what it is, but you know, I made the smiley face, and I was like, okay, this is kind of pointless. So I put TNT in there, and you have like a 1 in whatever chance of it actually hitting it with the fire charge and exploding him. That's all it is. I don't know. Don't ask me. This wall here is a very ugly wall. It used to extend all the way out to basically where my spawn is, but I got rid of the majority of it because it was really ugly and prevented me from seeing a lot of my world, and I wanted to look at it and have it look good, so I got rid of most of it, but I kept a little bit of it because I obviously wanted to preserve the fact it was there, but I'll probably lower it a bit more too to make it more Elytra friendly. As you can see, I was going to collect every block for Minecraft 1.17, but now that I have my museum, it's kind of pointless, so I never filled it out. I have over here a house, which I never worked on past what I did. Yeah, it's just a house. That's about it. And of course, you have your way around the wall here. And yeah, I actually did make this before Minecraft 1.7 or 16 came out, so I just kind of have it here because it's like, hey. Also, hey, look, some wolves just spawned. That's nice. Hey guys, you're fun. What? Oh wait, you guys don't kill cows. You kill sheep. And of course the 1.16 sign, saying 1.16, so you know it's for 1.16. Moving over here, you will notice that along these pathways, I have this. This is a bunker. I call it a vault because, I called it a bunker there, but I usually call it a vault because of, you know, Fallout, of course. One of my favorite game series in the world. Fallout 4 might just be my second favorite game, although it's in close contention with Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, but yes, I like Fallout 4. Judge me for it now, but so you go up those stairs. I kind of made it so that, like, you know, no mobs could really get in, but obviously you can go through that way, like, on the sides. But, you know, it's more the thought. So you go through these doors, and here, I'll show you the tour. I never really finished it. I just kind of lost interest, but eventually I'll finish it. I don't know how the stone would have survived a nuclear bomb, because this is, like, a bunker for a nuclear bomb or something. But, like, I don't know. I didn't think about that when making it, but now I have this nice little, I don't know, just like observing area to see what the world looks like, you know, after the bombs dropped. As you go further down, as you can see, I used scaffolding for it, and there's actually a beacon going through it because I thought that would be a fun, clever use of it, I guess, I don't know. We have this first room. If you go into here, I have a pool room, and because of the Minecraft ray tracing, since it's technically a texture pack, they don't change any textures in this one, but I guess to show their mark, almost, you know, usually what a lot of texture pack people do is they, you know, put their emote thingy, or I don't know what it's called, face thing, like I have a creeper, as you can see in the corner, you know, thing in it to, like, show that they made it, I guess. But, as you can see, I have some paintings in here. I think it looks really nice. Have some sand to make it kind of look like a beach. I never really put any chairs in here, which would have just been stairs, but, you know, and as you can see, you can go into it and swim around. You know, I thought it would be kind of cool to have a pool room. And then you go through some more, and obviously this place is made of snow because I didn't want to use quartz or iron, because that would have been pretty expensive, but I also could have used white concrete, which I don't think crossed my mind. If you're wondering why this weird little passageway is so weird, it's because there's so many rooms in this place, it was hard to, like, go through it because it's very tightly packed. Like, yeah, you can see there's a room right under there, but this is gonna be like a gym, you know, there's like, basketball hoops, and no, I didn't put cobwebs in them because I didn't think about that. You know, you need to throw your cobblestone there. Oh, wait, I didn't do it. Oh, and like, I don't know, it's obviously the thought that counts, just like a lot of things in this world. Going out of there and going further down into the, whoa, gosh, okay, I was looking inside of that. That's pretty fun looking. You'll see this room. It has this nice room. Basically, there's a neighborhood down there, and what I wanted you to do was have some chests here. And if you don't want to take weapons into the neighborhood and scare the children and all that, and it's more of a security method. So what you do is you go into this nice calming room, and you put your stuff into a chest for each person. Each person would be assigned a chest to put their weapons in, and then you go down, and this actually leads to my museum. I made a glowberry path because I thought, I want to make a path with glowberries lighting it, so that's what I did. It goes into here. But, you go down, and, you take a left. This was going to go to the ocean, and I was going to make some bubble, things there. You can imagine what that would be like glass bubbles, so, you can see what the ocean was like and observe the wildlife, after the bombs dropped. Because, wildlife protection, even after a nuclear bomb detonates, is important. But, as you can see, it's a neighborhood. It took me a depressingly long amount of time to finish this thing, but I did. In the end, it'd be cool to make a fake little map wall here, or I guess the map wall will be real, but to make it look like the street continues, I can't think of anything, but like a fun illusion. But I think that'd be an extreme amount of work, and I'd never do that. So what I'm probably going to do is just have some obsidian and make a road look like it's going in a triangle, just to kind of show that that's what I was going for. As you can see, I have a diorite house. So you can see we have this andesite house. We have a glass house with andesite here. You have just standard, oak house here. Just nice oak house. A acacia house. Acacia is my favorite wood, and as you can see, it has a backyard. I was going to connect the backyards, but I never really did. So I just kind of have this right here. I have a snow house with a basement. Oh, it's very bright in here. You go into the basement, and as you can see, there's a bed and some storage with some fun stuff. I'll actually take these torches. That will be very handy. And then I have this gravel house, which I never really completed, but if you live in a gravel house, do you really deserve your house to be completed? And then I have this granite. Is this granite? Yeah, granite house, polished granite. As you can see, it's very long. Exiting the neighborhood and going into the next room, and obviously going down a bit further, you will see that I have this nature reserve. I want it to look kind of unnatural, but also natural at the same time. So what I did, there used to be leaves there, I guess, but, I had some, trees here. I ran out of leaves because I didn't take too many, and I was kind of lazy, so I guess I never finished it. But, you have, your benches, you can, well, can you sit on this one? No, you can't. You can sit on this one. Look at me sitting down, having a lovely time. But, if you kind of squint and you shake your camera around a bunch and, tilt your head, it kind of looks like it's outside and natural, so that's what I did. It's like a little forest park thing. Going further down, you'll see that I have this open room. I was going to have some storage in here and also have some furnaces and crafting tables and all that fun stuff in here, maybe an enchanting area. You can see a lot of stuff in this world I'd never really finished because I lost interest. I was experimenting with ways of labeling the floors. This was layer 30 something. I'm not sure, but you get the point. And over here, this was going to be if you didn't pay for the vault, you'd have this room. So you might not have a house, but I was gonna make some bunks in here. You could just live in here for a while. And then it has this other, little pathway going into this room, which is this actual storage room I've used. There's just a bunch of stone and stuff in here from stuff I've done. You want some music discs and cobblestone and, yeah, there's not too much. Oh, wow, there's a bunch of obsidian. I gotta move that out of here because that would be nice to have just, sitting around for me to use. Because, yeah, that's a bunch of obsidian that would be nice to know I have. And also some oak logs and glass. Wow, this is all stuff that would be really nice to have in a place I know where it is. Going further down, you will see, I was going to put animals in here, and I have some cows that I brought up from the outside world, as you can see through that pathway there. But, I was going to put different animals in here. I never did. Oh, there's a wandering trader in here. That's fun. Hey, man, what do you have? Wow, what great cactus trades. Time to die. And then if you go down further, there's actually a mob spawner right under this place, which I never actually did anything with, but I was very lucky to have. As you can see, it's up there, and I tried making it work. I could have just used water and magma, I know, but I don't know. I guess I didn't think about that, so I just kind of mined under it, and then put an iron golem here to... You know what? Don't ask me. It's terrible. But, I made it, and that's all that matters. So let's get out of here. And that's a tour of the bunker. I'll definitely finish it eventually because it's a very fun project and I definitely want to continue it eventually. But, I mean, I'll do it eventually, but I don't have any, I don't have much interest in it right now. So, let's move on from here. Over here, we have a wheat thing. I don't know, I wanted to cover this entire place in wheat. I never did, so I just kind of placed some wheat down. And then that's it. Over here, we have a fake mountain I was working on. And yeah, it's just a fake mountain. I don't know what to say. It's a fake mountain with nothing inside of it, obviously, and I never did anything with it. But eventually I will. I want to use it with like the newer Caves and Cliffs blocks, which have been added. But I'll do that eventually. And now let's get to the moment you've all been waiting for. Will my leecher break? I don't know, but let's get to the moment you have all been waiting for. The museum. The museum is kind of close to my spawn, which, I kind of regret because it is very crowded, but it also means people could find it easier if they joined, I guess, which you're not going to. But we put that to the side. This room here was originally where I farmed my trees. Well, I never farmed my trees, which is why I never used it. But, the road was originally all made of oak wood, and it was like 1 or 2 blocks tall. And that was it until I made it taller to make it more like a room. And then decided, you know what? I need some extra space, so this is actually the original building of the museum, so I moved it over here. Obviously, you probably wouldn't know this, but the museum, I didn't work on it for like a year after constructing like this little part. Like that top part wasn't even finished, so I finished that up, plus put some glass, like, on the roof, and, I started working on it, and I'm still working on it to this very day because I'm very inspired to do stuff for it, because I would love to get every block, every single thing in the game, show all the particles and stuff, which I will show some of the stuff I've gotten so far, but that's most of it. Behind the stone here, there is a villager. Yeah, there's a villager. Oh no, he got out. Let's just let him get out. Let him be free, do what he wants to do. If he dies, he dies, because I don't care. What do you have? Yeah, this is a stupid librarian. I mean, obviously, he has capabilities because he, can still reset his trades, but, we're not gonna do that. In the front, you have a charged creeper and a boat, so he can't move, and water just to, push that fact that he can't move, so, he's just kind of in there, like, not moving, and if I ever need to do anything with him, I could probably just put a lead on the boat or something, have him chase me or something. I don't know. And then going into the museum, it's kind of dark because of the ray tracing. Doesn't let the pumpkins shine light through flooring, but as you can see, I have a nether portal, but it kept catching stuff on fire, and it kept messing up some of my links for my, my nether hub, which I will show in a bit. But, I decided, what, I'm not going to keep this on and lit, so I unlit it. You could say it's not lit anymore. Over here, I have a goat. He's just a goat. I had a name tag because I thought you had to name maps in order to, get them to, like, names, like, have, like, the name tag thing on them, but you actually just name them, so, to keep this goat from despawning, I just named him with the Big Salmon Center, which I actually haven't showed yet, which I will show after the museum. As you can see, he has this little mountain with netherrack because he wouldn't normally be able to see it. Sometimes he gets stuck on that piece of netherrack. I don't know why that's there, but, I have a witch right here with some of the glass. What is this glass called? It is called tinted glass. Over here, I have 2 natural pink sheep. I actually did have 3 natural pink sheep, but my second one, I don't know what happened to it. It despawned or something, or maybe got killed by a wolf, but the other one didn't. I don't know, but he got killed or died or something, even though he was named. But as you can see, yeah, they're right there. This is my first pink sheep. He's named pink sheep number 1, and then I just have this Jeb one. I have actually a 3rd pink sheep. Yeah, I know, a lot of pink sheep have spawned in this world over the years, but I guess not a lot, but they're pretty rare. But if you play in a world long enough, you will find one, a natural one. But he's hanging out in my savannah, just kind of doing his thing, fighting against the water that I put down there so he wouldn't be able to escape. But anyways, we have a conduit. I found it's actually very hard to light up, a conduit, area, so, especially looking at it from the outside, so, that's kind of what we have. You can see the conduit, it's just in there. I couldn't do any better lighting. I tried with glowstone, the brightest thing in the game, but, yeah, I mean, it's knowing it's in there that counts, obviously. this is the glowberry path I was talking about that leads to the bunker, because I thought that would be fun. It just goes like 300 blocks into the bunker, and I will show you what that pathway goes to in a second. Going through this door here, you will notice I have some broken glass, and I also have a shulker room. This shulker room has, obviously you don't want to wear thorns, because then you'd kill him when he hits you, but I have some end-themed stuff in here. This is kind of like the end-themed part of my museum. As you can see, there's slime blocks on the ground, so you can open these doors and then have the shulker hit you, which, yes, I brought him from the end, which was a big pain, but, you know, he can hit you. You can use your zero gravity in order to, like, go up here, like, oh gosh, across over to here, or you can just fall down right here onto these slime blocks, and I think it's pretty fun. I have some end crystals, all 3 different types. There's technically 2 different types, but there's 3 places you can put them. You can push them with pistons, I'm pretty sure, but as you can see, I have this end crystal placed on obsidian. This one, which I know you can place or push with pistons, because I pushed this all the way from my end towers into my end portal, which, by the way, is a way to break end portal frames if you don't do it right, but, you know, we'll leave that to the side, because I don't want anybody griefing someone's world and doing something bad with it. But, you know, I pushed it all the way here and got it here, and it counts as an entity, so you can just push it along, and yeah, so I have this, you know, end tower, end crystal, which is really cool, because it has that obsidian, or not obsidian, that bedrock bottom, and I think that's really cool. And then we have this place underground, because you can place them on bedrock. You can place them on bedrock. And I didn't actually make a way to fall down or fly up, so this is going to take a while. But you go down to the bottom, and it's pretty dark, because jack-o'-lanterns with ray tracing don't actually light anything up. Obviously, mobs won't spawn because it's technically lit, but it doesn't show it. So, you know, as you can see, it's the end crystal craftable, also in bedrock, you know, because it's on the bedrock, so it is showing can be placed on the bedrock, you know, in this nice little room. Going out of there, we have, this is going to be shulker breeding room for 1.18, when it actually adds that. You go down here, and you will find, I didn't really complete it because there's not much point, I have a second, oh gosh, I have a second shulker, and I have some stuff from end stays I've mined before I realized it's actually much better to just make a farm for the coarse fruits, you know, found in the end, and then just smelt them and then make them into purpur. But, you know, these are actually from actual end stays, and I think this magenta glass is too. Magenta glass is probably my favorite block in the game. It looks kind of weird with ray tracing, but oh boy, magenta glass looks amazing. But yeah, so I don't know, I'm probably going to, I don't know why I made this here. I might probably just make it harder for them to breed by, if you're wondering, they have to hit themselves or have another shulker hit them, and then every other shulker in the vicinity makes it less likely for them to spawn. So, you know, it'll be fun when I can actually farm them. That'll actually be pretty cool, because it doesn't really require any resources, you know. You just spawn new ones, kill the old ones, and kill those new ones, and rinse and repeat until you have a bunch, which it actually is in Java Edition, but not in Bedrock Edition, so, you know, eventually I will do that. Oh gosh, but, you know, obviously I can't now because we're waiting until Minecraft 1.18 to come out. Oh yeah, YouTube's compression is gonna love this slime here. Oh yeah. Going out of this room, you will see I have an Elder Guardian. I did this off camera because it was a pain to do, and this was a time where I didn't want to do things in camera, or I didn't feel like it, so as you can see, you go up, you get Mine Fatigue 3, which I will have for the next 5 minutes of this tour, which, you know, the story is very long, so, you know, we go up to the top, and I actually have an Evoker because I want to keep him away from people, too. There's actually a glitch where they don't spawn Vexes for some reason, but basically what you do is if you don't want him to spawn a Vex, you stand right here and he can't see you, but then if you want him to, you know, spawn a Vex, you can do this, and then, but he hasn't actually spawned any Vexes, so, yeah. But yeah, look at this magenta glass when it's actually, like, out in the sun and stuff. Oh, I just love it. I just love how glass in general looks, but magenta glasses, I just really like it. But, you know, the main thing here is the Elder Guardian. He's very happy, as you can see. And no, he doesn't have full water sources, so he's kind of freaking out. But, you know, we got an Elder Guardian brought all the way from a underwater temple, or a underwater monument. You know, got a nice Elder Guardian. And then up there is literally, there's nothing in there. It's just a room that I'm going to have ice pathways going out to all the different grass types in the world, which I can do now, but I want to wait until Minecraft 2018 because some of the rare biomes spawn much more frequently than that update, so that's probably what I'll wait for. But yeah, so I'll go out to each and every color of grass. And yeah, I used a raid to have, I think it's from that village, to have a evoker spawn here, and then I just killed the rest of the guys and then brought him up in there and waited until the raid expired. And then, yeah, so I have that rail still there just in case I ever need to, use it for anything. Staying in the original building and going through it, we're not going to show this just yet because there is still a few things I'm missing in that other part of the museum. If you go through these doors here, like before, and you go all the way to the back, you'll notice I have mushrooms. And even though they're under this mushroom here, apparently they weren't technically protected. I mean, this guy's still kind of out of it. We got Mr. I won't despawn and I won't either, but as you can see, I guess the lightning has like a radius, so it struck there, and then turned them both into brown mushrooms. So now I have to get mushrooms again. Actually, mushrooms despawn in here because this is over 20 blocks, and I didn't realize despawning stuff at the time. So I had to bring these guys for a second time through the nether. It was not fun. And I'll have to do it a third time to get normal mushrooms, which will be very fun, but I'll probably separate this into 2 different areas, one for normal mushrooms and one for, other ones, so that they can turn into brown mushrooms, but I don't have to. Like, they're basically separated so that I can have some be brown mushrooms and some guaranteed not be. Going through this tunnel here on the side, as you can see, it's dark because pumpkins don't light it up. You go through this door here and you'll find I've collected, well, I haven't collected every single block in the game, but I've started with the acacia door and gone all the way down, and I've themed each room differently. This one's like a per room, all the way down to, I guess, coal there. You can see every single block, not just full blocks, like everything. Every little everything that's placeable, pretty much. Candles, everything. And then I have this transition room. This is where I stopped, but as you can see, there's a room that's going to transition between that top room and the room below it. So it's kind of, I put some ores in here to make it look kind of cool, and with the ray tracing, I think it looks beautiful. Okay, and now that we're done with those parts, let's go back into this starting area, and this actually has every banner in the game, but it only saves the color with the ray tracing. It doesn't actually show the actual thing. But I have, thing, which you make, with the banner pattern that you can make with a enchanted golden apple, which you better believe I made. As you can see, I have all the different armors: leather armor, chain armor, iron armor, gold armor, diamond armor, netherite armor, and then the elytra. And then I have all the heads and stuff that you can get in survival. The only thing I need is the turtle helmet, but no turtles have spawned. Like, I had kelp in my inventory at the beginning of this because I was looking for, I was looking at the edges of tropical oceans and everything for like an hour, and I still didn't find any turtles. Like, they just don't spawn in my world, and only like 2 times they have. I haven't been able to get kelp fast enough before they despawned. But as you can see, I have enough space for every record in the game, including Pig Step, which took me forever to get, but I finally got it. I don't have every single one because I haven't made that a priority, but you can play your music discs here. This is my third dairy storage, I guess you could say, because if you have a museum, you get a lot of different things in it, and you got transport stuff, and sometimes just leave stuff there, so, you get a lot of different variety of blocks here, so it's nice to have. Here, in fact, I'll put this obsidian in here, if I ever need a thing for an area that can't explode. But, so it's like a good place to get stuff. Anvil, ender chest, furnace, crafting table, whatever. I have every single food in the game, ranging from the cake all the way up to the enchanted golden apple. If you want to have everything in the game, by the way, you need 3, because if you want an enchanted golden apple just to have, you need to, have one. And then if you want the achievement to eat one, it's another one used. And then if you want to make the banner thing, which is just a Mojang logo, you have to. But it's Mojang Studios. But, if you want a Mojang one, you have to use one. So you have to have 3 if you want to do everything you can with enchanted golden apples. As you can see, I have all the different types of grass and dirt here, ranging from dirt to mycelium. We have all 16 colors of wool. We have every single different type of, maybe not with that, but like every type of ore in the game, when it comes to the blocks, the actual ore itself, the different varieties of that ore, and the different, ways you can find it, with all those different fun things. I have all the different types of copper, with the, just all the junk, and you got like all the different types of geode and, I mean, it's just so much stuff, I have all the different horse armors, most of the banner patterns, I have all the banner patterns, but they're different places around my world, and I'm yet to actually bother to get them all. And then all 16 colors of candles, which, fun fact, you actually have to push onto the slabs with pistons because you can't actually place them on there yourself, which is very annoying. So yeah, that is this room here, and let's just go to sleep real quick and tour the rest of the museum and the rest of the world. So if we go up these stairs here into what I think looks like an airplane, if you ask me. So you walk past, these nice magenta glass things. If you hear my cat in the background, that's because she's scratching her scratching board. But you know what? I like how it makes the end stone nice and magenta colored, which looks pretty nice. So you go through here, and you have every single tree in the game. I'm going to have bamboo in a second part of, or a different part of the museum with like the jungle area, but I might add it here just to have. But as you can see, have both the crimson and warped forest types from the Nether. I personally prefer the warped, but And over here we have the plain old oak wood, and over here we have the dark oak wood, birch wood, spruce wood with the big spruce tree. Oh, now my cat's in the litter box. And my favorite, the acacia wood with the very official acacia tree right there. And, of course, the jungle tree, because why not? And, it says wood, but it kind of looks like ud, because you can't see the W now. I built that before I built all the trees and stuff. Or built the trees, grew the trees. Of course, we have the azalea tree. Is that just normal tree? Yeah, that's just normal tree. I think I did that to get a beehive and then just kind of kept the tree. And fun fact, if you grow a tree next to a flower, there is a chance a bee will spawn in it, so it's a good way to get bees' nests. But anyways, if you go down here, I was actually going to make like a mining museum part. I might still do that, but I have like all of my mining stuff like separated, so it'd be kind of weird to have it in both places or just here. So I'm probably just gonna abandon this, but I was going to have like all, what a cave or just the ground would have looked like, back in the day, depending on the update you go back to, like you'd have the original stuff with just stone and maybe coal and iron and diamonds, and then you have all the way up to 1.18 when that comes out and having all the stuff there. But if you go over in this direction, you will notice they have this nice copper flooring, and this will be a powdered snow room. Fun fact, you can actually stand on powdered snow and not freeze to death if you have leather boots on. And you just take your leather boots, you put them on, and you can stand on it. But then if you take them off, you go through and you start to freeze. But yeah, so basically what you do is if you fell here, you have like a secret room, secret tunnel, even though you can go down through the ladder or look down. And this basically just goes into that glowberry area, which I will show you. As you can see, it goes through this ravine here, which is pretty fun. And then you go all the way through, and then what you find is, yeah, you're in the, well, almost in the glowberry tunnel. Yeah, you're in the glowberry tunnel, and then, it connects up. So leaving this area here, you'll find that there is a space over here where it isn't completed. So if you keep going, you have this nice floor with these nice walls, and I think it looks pretty fun. I think it's nice and creative. You go through, and you find these nice little glowberries. I think they make this room look nice. Well, some of them have really grown. It was basically meant to be like I moved a geode here. This world's before geodes, like this part of the world. So I moved the geode, and I think it turned out nicely. Although you do need much more room than you'd think for this kind of stuff. As you can see, I have my stone bricks with my, my nice amethyst geode block, and my, my red nether brick and my standard nether brick, and I think it's a nice combination. It's like a geode, and I think it's a nice little room, and it's actually hidden. If you go out of here, you'll notice that it is hidden, like in this little forest here. So, it's like hidden in the forest. That took me a while to mine out, but it wasn't that bad. We have, some other stuff around the museum, but I'm not quite done with the museum just yet. Because if you were to go this other way in the wood section, you will notice, by the way, these aren't actually buds, and I didn't have any when I made this, so I just kind of, just like, I don't know, I just have these here, so it's like, you know, they haven't grown, but you know, it's meant to have the coarse fruit growing here. I'm going to have every flower in the game here eventually, if I ever feel like doing that. I used to have a wither skull here, but I'm not sure what I did with it. I might have used it for a wither, but now I have some extra wither things. I don't know. Eventually, I'll put it back, but you know, get some wither roses there because they kind of count as a flower. And then, fun fact, you know, even though Mojang said that they canceled archaeology for Minecraft 1.18, I actually got them to give me a copy of it. Wow, look at this very official stick. Look at this very cool display here. So, as you can see, you can like use your archaeology stick to mine stuff. I know, very, very official. It'd be really awesome if they ever actually do add archaeology, by the way, because then this will look really funny. I did this like years before they actually did archaeology. There'll probably be an archaeology update sometime in the future, because is kind of what they said they'd do. Although, obviously, that's not the most trustworthy thing in the world. So that's a lot of the museum. You know, we've toured a good chunk of it. There is a lot in this place. But there is still a few more things to do. But yeah, so you go through, under here, from the original building, you go all the way down, right the way down, as Mumbo Jumbo would say. And as you can see, you go through this nice pathway with, you know, it has some nether stuff, with some netherrack and some fire. I wonder why that could be. Well, we have 2 nether-themed mobs. And if you go through, you'll find them. So, well, actually, we have 3 in here currently. So if you go over here, you will see that if you go up this obsidian, you might start to hear some weird sounds. You might start to hear some weird stuff. And oh wait, it's a ghast. And oh yeah, he's upside down, by the way, but he's in a boat right now, so he can't despawn. But I put a ghast in here. It wasn't that hard. He spawned in a small place in my nether hub, so I thought, hey, I'd put him in a minecart and just put him in another portal, because you know it's actually pretty easy if you get a ghast to spawn in a convenient place to just get him to, you know, oh gosh, go through a portal. But yes, and now I just have this ghast in here, and he just sits in that boat, and that's just kind of what he does. He's in an obsidian thing, obviously, so that he won't break his surroundings, but that's kind of it. I don't know, just kind of have a ghast, because, you know, might as well. Then heading down here, you will notice that I did not go through this the correct way, but heading to, oh gosh, I nearly used my totem by half a heart, jeez. Anyways, luckily I have my regeneration, but as you can see, I have a blaze in here, and I'm gonna have all the other nether mobs, like the zombified ones and the skeleton and all that, and the slime, and stuff. And then the ones that can only be in the nether, you know, the ones that become zombified in the overworld, I'll have like another portal somewhere here, and then you can go in and then see that. So it'll be like another portion of the museum for stuff that can only be found in the nether. But as you can see here, you know, I have some fire and a blaze in there currently, and then if you continue along this way, it turns into some nice prismarine. And it's kind of dark right now because it's nighttime, but if you go up here, you'll notice that it's like, I'm going to have some tropical fish in here. It's going to be like a tropical area. Oh, look, we have some glow squid in here. That's actually pretty nice for this. So it has like some, you know, some new plants, like the big, what are they called? Whatever these things are called. And, oh wait, I took my helmet off. Wait, what? Yeah, I left my boots in this room. I don't know how I did that, but whatever. We have our equipment back now, and let's get back to the tour of the museum. So, if we go over here, you'll notice that, yeah, I have that nice aquatic area. I'm also going to have a place for axolotls, because if you didn't know, axolotls kill everything, so they need to be separate. And I'm also going to have, like, you know, salmon and cod in a separate room also, you know, from them, because it would be crowded if all the fish were in one area, and also the axolotls have to be separated. But right here, I just went to sleep. I made this nice white room, so it's going to have all of the different beacons. Obviously, I'll have some like a chest here or something with some iron ingots or whatever, so you can like see all the different effects, because this beacon can obviously show all the effects. There's not much point in making a mega beacon here just to show all the effects at once. I'm gonna have pistons turning them on and off to show they work, I guess. I don't know. And then I'm gonna have just like standard, you know, 9-block ones for all the other different ores, including netherite, which I do have the resources for, but I didn't feel like gathering for this because it's not really complete yet, and I don't really want to have all that netherite sitting here for no reason. You know, I don't like throwing stuff away. We're gonna keep that. But, you know, so yeah, it's a work in progress over here. Everything's just kind of being worked on. We have this, like, middle room here. It's gonna, like, connect to other things, because swamps don't usually have much in them. But, they are nice and flat and are a great place for building. Also, my elytra is going to break very soon, so... And yeah, we'll tour those parts of the world right after I go to my Ender, which I will tour after, I go to my Ender, so, like, I keep the continuity, kind of, if you know what I mean, like, because I still want to tour it, like, after I do all the overworld stuff, but I gotta do it in between so I can repair my elytra. It's a whole thing. Okay, and with that non-existent at all, you know, me going to the end in order to repair my elytra out of the way, let's go and tour the rest of this museum. And now there isn't too much left. Obviously I've toured the, you know, different mobs, different blocks, different fun stuff I've done, you know, but there is one less mob, and let's just say it's a little destructive. Easy to capture because you can spawn it, which basically rules out everything except for the chicken and wither, and yes, it's the wither. So, if we just fly, well, I can't really fly on this tunnel, it's not quite big enough, but, you know, you go through this tunnel here, and, you go, like, 1,400 blocks, and then you'll be there. Oh, and along the way to this fun little mob, you'll see I have this weird lightning rod contraption in this room. This room, I don't know what I was gonna do with it. Probably make it some weird, like, electrical room that doesn't actually do anything, but I don't know, I wanted to make something with lightning rods, so I just kind of made this, like, Eiffel Tower weird thing, I guess. I don't know. Made it, like, you know, tilled all the grass or whatever, so it would, you know, look kind of nice, and that's about it. So, yeah, let's continue on. So, right over here with my mountains, you will notice that there's this nice, it's not actually nice, mountains are really bad currently, but hopefully 1.18 will fix that. But anyways, you see this nice little marker, and you know, nothing seems off at first, but then, you know, go down, and then you'll see what is up. Oh, what's that? It's a wither? Yeah, I have a wither. Fun fact about the wither, if you get him to have heart health, he goes to a second stage, but then if you let him heal, he will just heal himself up, and then he'll be at higher health, but in a second stage. If running why he's in a second stage is because I didn't want him to fly upwards. Oh, no, those aren't diamonds, but, although I will get a you know, first stage one, just because I don't think it'll be too bad. I don't think he'll fly up as long as I don't, like, go slowly up and make him do it, kind of. But, you know, I have a wither. I can't think of a way to contain him, really, or at least a way that isn't a glitch and will get patched soon. So what I've done is, you know, because obviously you wouldn't want him to escape, although if he did, I guess it would just be this again. But what I've decided to do is just put him 1,400 blocks away or so. Yeah, like right here is where the tunnel was. And, yeah, he's just in here, and he's never gonna escape. I mean, even if he gets to my spawn, what's he gonna do? He's just gonna be at bedrock, just firing away. He can't really go up, so... You know, and if you ever need some cobblestone, I guess, you know, it's a good way to get it. So that's pretty much it. He's literally just a wither that, is here, and, tries murdering everything he sees. And it's also actually a great source of, his, you know, wither roses, if he kills something, which... I would show you, but I can't find anything at the moment in which, you know, that would happen. So, you know, that's about all that is. So, you know, let's get out of here and do the rest of the world tour. Oh, gosh. So, yeah, that's it for the museum. So, we've toured the entire museum, and now let's tour a little bit else, or a little bit a few other things. Now, obviously, I can't show everything in the world because there's some things I've flat out forgotten about, and other things that, okay, yeah, that's basically it. But, you know, so we still have some stuff near spawn that we need to cover. This swamp biome, I chopped down a bunch of the swamp trees and just replaced them with acacia trees because I like how they look much more. And then this is the big salmon center. I mined out the entire inside of a underwater monument, not the outside because, you know, I wanted to keep its looks, also because I made it into a guardian farm. Not that keeping outside mattered, but I just didn't feel like it. I just kind of, because the insides were easier guardians, it would be harder to get in. But basically, over here we have the big salmon center. I was going to put salmon in here, specifically big salmon, because they're the only exclusive for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, but I never did, and I just have my axolotls in here freely, freely swimming around with this nice conduit here so you can breathe forever. And that's about it. As you can see, I was going to have big salmon swimming around, and have stories in here selling cooked salmon. And they could like swim through these tubes here and like go out there, but I made it in a swamp and it looks kind of ugly, sadly, but you know, I still think it was a cool idea, and I still use it for max axolotls, and if I ever need to, you know, if I ever want to breed them to get the, I forget what it was, like dark blue one or whatever, you know, I think that'll be nice. Over here, since copper was added, I made the statue of Happy, and going over here, you will notice, this Blue Pathway, by the way, leads to my end portal, which I will show in a second. We have an ocelot here, a nice ocelot, although he is kind of, you know, like short. He probably should be longer, but whatever. Almost looks like he has a hunched back. And we have a museum. Ow, gosh. My cat just jumped on my shoulder. But yeah, this isn't a museum. This is a bank. He's still on my shoulder, by the way. His tail's on my face, but yeah. And I wanted to use all the new blocks, so we have like deep slate up there, and then you go through there, and then you go through all the different paintings, and it, you know, basically shows each and every single one of the, well, not every single one, but a bunch of the new blocks added in Minecraft 1.17 until you get to your rotten flesh. Very good. That's all it is. And on the outside there is a golden bee to represent bank, I guess, and people have told me it looks like a mouth, and yeah, it kind of does, like the end rods, but you know, it's a bank. And then over here is actually a very early thing I built. This is the P. No, it's not a P. It's a racing track for boats. So basically, what you do is you get your friend. Obviously, this is a single player world, so that doesn't really happen. But here, let's just throw out some of this cobblestone. You get your boat. I did acacia boats because that happened to be the wood I had at the time, and also it's kind of hard to tell if it's on fire or not sometimes. It's a very hard track to actually get through without burning your boat. You have to be very careful. And I think there's a part where you actually, see, look, it's on fire, but it's very hard to tell. But there's parts where you actually have to, like, catch your boat on fire. Oh no. And, you have to, obviously, it can burn, too. So at that point, you're just out of the race no matter what happens. So that's why it's better to just go slow. But it's very hard to go slow in packed ice. I didn't realize how hard it would be when I made it, but you get the point. So you just... Yeah, my boat burned. But, you know, you get the point. You go here, there's cobblestone to slow you down. And then you go really fast here, and then you can slow down. I think it's fun. Although that last part there where my boat burned, like, around it, actually wasn't because of it. But, like, right here, I think your boat has to burn unless you're pixel perfect. I'm not kidding. Well, maybe not pixel perfect, because, you know, screens are... You get the point. It's a very hard track, but, you know, it works, and I think it's pretty fun, if you ask me. It just happened to be in the shape of a P. I just did it as I went, and that's about it. Over here is where I age my copper. I don't usually age copper too often, but if I do, I usually do it here. Every time I find some fully oxidized copper here, I just kind of mine it up, and sometimes I wait, sometimes I just don't wait. I don't really use that anymore. I usually, oh gosh, there's a big cave here. I usually put it under my spawn area, because that's usually where I am the most, because that's where a lot of my resources are. I usually just have it under there and then collect it because I'm there much more often. But I have used this in the past because it's also a good way of doing things, you know. That's fully oxidized too. Whoa, creeper. Up here, you'll see this netherrack thing. I wanted to make like a really flat structure on a big mountain. So this is like the biggest mountains get in the current version of Minecraft. So I just have this maze with some wheat there, but it's going to be a maze eventually. I haven't made it a maze, but that's what it's going to be. Yes, that's what it's going to be. So going away from that, that's just another portal I was testing out some liquids with. Fun fact, if you break another portal, then you can get water to stay in one place, except for on the bottom, because it doesn't update it when you break it. Oh, it's the whole thing. You can make it float. There's probably tutorials for that out there, but I might be the only one who really knows that, or at least has put that out on the internet in some form. And now you may be wondering what this is. It looks more complicated than it is, by the way. This is a very well-made thing that definitely couldn't be made any better. It is Target. So I wanted to give it, it's kind of like a store, and I wanted to give it a fun name, so I decided to call it Target because there's like Target blocks. And if you don't know, in the northeast of America, there is a store called Target, and it's just like a supermarket type place, but they sell like they don't sell stores. They sell clothes and they sell technology and stuff. You know, just a general store. And what you can do is you can pick what you want. I'm not sure how much. Yeah, there's nothing left in there. Give me a moment. Gosh, I'll just put some cobblestone in there. But you just put your blue ice in there, and then or you don't put your blue ice in there. It's meant to basically. Yes, basically you press the button, which I didn't do. I think it might be broken, but basically what you're supposed to do is press the button, and then it'll, yeah, this is broken for some reason. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but you press the button, and then basically it'll turn on, because this piston will push this redstone block, which powers this repeating system, well, which basically turns off this hopper, and when a hopper isn't powered, it lets stuff through it, so like it's not powered right now, and then use this comparator setup to, it's a whole thing, you know, to constantly spit it out into these hoppers, which go into the chest. And then while that's also going, the signal splits into here, which has enough of a delay to let out 64 blocks before it pushes it back over this way. I don't know what's broken about this thing, but something is clearly broken. And then it pushes it back over here and then turns it off. So that's what target's going to be. But as you can see, I haven't completed it yet. Like a lot of things in this world. But you get the point, you know, it's going to have, like, I think I marked out every single thing that it'll have. So yeah, that's pretty fun. Oh, and of course I have a jungle tree here, because why not? We can't forget about the moon I made. When I went to the end, I saw that, you know, the end is made of cheese, and the moon's made of cheese, so why don't I make a moon? And so I made a moon. There's nothing in it, it's just kind of there. And it's just been here throughout my entire, well, it's a very early build. It was right after I went to the end and came back. I don't know, it's just a really old build I have, and I'm not sure why I made it. I just thought it would be fun to have, so I have a moon here. And if you wondered if I had a moon, I don't know. And so that marks the end of all the major builds around my spawn. Now, I've probably missed some weird little thing in the background, but, you know, I'll always do a tour in the future, and maybe I'll get it. But that's basically everything close by to my spawn. So why don't we, you know, let's go and show some stuff that is a bit further away from my spawn. So going this way, past the 1.16 shrine, you will notice I have made a virtual boy. This virtual boy was made with some of the newer 1.17 blocks, although admittedly I used red, not terracotta, I used red concrete for the red, but you know, it's like you have a nice little head area there, and if you don't know what a virtual boy looks like, I'll put a picture up on the screen. That's kind of like the logo or there or whatever, and I think it looks fine. I just made a virtual boy because I'm a fan of the virtual boy, and so I was like, hey, you know, I'll do that. And to make elytraing easier, I mined this valley through this mountain here, so I can fly through it easier. I covered this savanna hill and endstone, and you know, I replaced all the trees as I broke them with this endstone stuff. I made a house here and didn't do anything with it. And yeah, I put some end rods around to light it up, and I think it'll be, oh, it is nice. I need to finish the house, I guess, but I don't really want to. I mean, maybe it'll look cool and barren. Also over here, there is a secret little room. That's it. There's nothing in there. It's just a room. And over here, I'm in the process of covering this with netherrack, because I like how netherrack looks, at least after the texture update of, like, what is it now, 2019, 2018. And over here is where I have my farms. Now, I don't like to make farms, so I just make them for the fun of it. I don't usually use them. I only use my ender and this gunpowder farm. Now, let me tell you about this gunpowder farm, okay? This gunpowder farm, if you wait an hour, it might give you 32 gunpowder. It is the least efficient gunpowder farm you will ever see in your entire Minecraft life. I am not joking. This is a terrible farm. I gotta look up a more efficient method, but I don't really want to, because I feel like it'll, like, take away from the Minecraft experience. I don't want to feel like I'm cheating, so I only build the worst of the worst of farms. But, you know, it exists. Down there I have a gold farm. I just made it because I thought it'd be cool to have. I don't use it because it's not efficient, and it's more efficient to just mine gold than to use this one. It just constantly turns on and off the portal and then kills them in there, and then you can collect all the stuff, which is down here. It mostly gives you, you know, the gold swords, but you get the point. You know, I think it's a fun little thing to have. Enchantment table here I have. I have, a beacon. I have a pyramid because I thought that would be fun just to have. I mine my sand off in the distance there, and I will show you something there in a second. This is an iron farm, but since I despise iron farms and I think they're way too, like, crazy, I just destroyed this one. It also didn't work in the first place, but I wanted to show, like, I don't like iron farms. So I made an iron farm, and then I kind of destroyed it to make it look like, I don't like iron farms. I don't use them. As you can see, I have a nice pathway leading to the pyramid. And I will show you past where I mine my sand, because I made something there. And I think I made this in a Let's Play, but I'm not sure. But I never really completed it, like a lot of things in this world, because I lost, care for it, I guess you could say. But let's just go, a few thousand blocks away from my spawn. So, you will find in this ocean, I have, I'm gonna, what I was planning on doing is getting rid of these blocks, but a pilot wings thing. I wanted to, like, be able to fly, like, in pilot wings through all these things, so I made, like, the flat islands, like pilot wings has, and I made, like, the rings you can fly through, and basically the point is you fly through that ring, and then that ring, and then that ring, and then this one, and then you just keep flying through them for, like, a really long thing. And actually, I really want to continue this. You know what? I'll do that. I think that'll be fun. But I ran out of yellow concrete, and then it just stopped. But yeah, I think this would be really nice, especially if I, like, fly into these islands out. Maybe not quite there, but I think that would actually be really nice. And, I'll probably continue this in the future, actually. Maybe even in the next Let's Play, because this actually seems like a really fun project I definitely want to work more on. So, oh, hey, look, there's some extra terracotta here that never despawned. Or not terracotta. Some concrete here. Never despawned. This is, like, years old, too. So that's kind of cool. I think this is when I was still playing on the Switch, too. Then I moved to the Xbox One, then the Xbox Series S. Then, now I'm currently on the PC because, yeah, consoles are kind of dying. I wish they'd make them a little bit better than how they are currently. Also, I just have three wasted shulker boxes here. Jeez. Here, I'll put this stuff in here, so I'll be encouraged to come back in the future for all the random junk I've picked up throughout this world tour, and then, I'll probably come back here eventually. Probably not. I'll also put this concrete powder, just concrete, back. And, let's show some other stuff. Oh, we can't forget the dessert. Very funny, right? It's a dessert. Get it? Because it's a desert with dessert in it. Because it's cake, and cake is a dessert. Isn't that so funny? Oh, I just remembered. You can put candles in cakes. Should do that. Oh, and by the way, here is the pink sheep. Oh, look, a sheep just fell in there with him. Yeah, he's just here. I use one of my emergency name tags. I always keep them in my ender chest. If you are on the lookout for a pink sheep, I'd recommend having emergency name tags just in case, or if you're making a museum and getting mobs or monsters or whatever, and you want to make sure you can keep it, it's in a single-player world where nobody can join and do whatever, I would recommend having emergency name tags to just, name something if you don't want it to despawn. So yeah, I have the sheep just in case, I ever need a pink sheep, because obviously it's a waste. No matter how many pink sheep you have that are natural, it's always nice to have another one. Moving away from this, now if you've been playing Minecraft for as long as me, I've been playing Minecraft personally for almost 9 years now. I made this little thingy here as like a, I don't know what you'd call this, like a memorial almost to Pocket Edition. Because if you didn't know, in Minecraft Pocket Edition, they didn't have the nether. I don't think it could handle it. So what they did was they made another reactor core. What you do is you place some cobblestone and another reactor core and some gold blocks in a funky position. And then what you could do was you could make another reactor core, and then some zombie pigmen would run around in circles and chase you. They dropped a bunch of stuff, like the nether quartz and stuff, which was pretty cool. I had some worlds that were completely decimated by some of these things. So I decided to, if you look up an actual picture, this is nothing like it. I did it without any, looking at any pictures. I just did it from memory. And since I recently brought a really old world, I didn't even talk about this, but Back from the Dead, I'll definitely do a video on this, or maybe even a series. But, like, 9-year-old world of mine, Back from the Dead out of my iPod, and since I wanted some nether reactor cores, and one of these, I made one, and it's actually in, this, Minecraft Bedrock Edition 1.17 now, so, I'll definitely show that eventually. But, you know, I have this for now. You know, it's a nice little memorial to the Minecraft Pocket Edition days, you know, because, you know, we gotta pay respects to that, because that is where Minecraft Bedrock Edition originated. I tried draining this lake here. I'm not really sure what it is, because it's not quite a swamp one, so I guess it is a lake. I just want to drain, like, up to there, and then, like, block it off there. Just to have a cool effect, because the terrain's slightly different underground, like, with this weird, like, normally island. So as you can see, I've been draining that. So yeah, that's something I might do a stream on, who knows, but, you know. And then that netherrack thing, don't ask me what it was for, I don't know. The same with that, lime concrete, I don't remember. Oh, these glowing ores look really nice with the ray tracing, don't they, though? Like, I feel like I should be talking about the ray tracing more. But, you know, this is how I've been playing Minecraft for a week now, or whatever, ever since I got this computer, so, because, like, my computer can handle it, obviously, so. You know, I thought, you know, I'll just play like this, unless I'm in the nether mining, because the nether looks pretty bad with ray tracing, to be honest. But that's some of the main stuff in this world. Let's go into some of the weirder stuff. So where do you find the weirder stuff? Well, further away, of course. So we'll do one of the last things I'll actually fly to from spawn in this world. So if you go by these pathways here, you will find I have a quarry. You may ask, why is this quarry a quarry? Well, because I found this, I don't even know, it's just a mountain biome with gravel in it. But I was obsessed with making quarries at one point, so I made a quarry, and then never did anything with it. It's a quarry, alright. As you can see, it goes all the way down to bedrock. That's about it. I pushed a pig off the cliff, and he survived because he was in a minecart. That was fun. If you go over here, you'll notice I have some cauldrons. Just filling up with powdered snow on this mountain top here, so I can get, you know, powdered snow just like for the museum. And, you know, powdered snow is actually pretty easy to get if you just have a few of these set up when it snows. So I would recommend, if you need powdered snow, just don't wait for it to come out, just get it now. Going away from the cauldrons there, and going past the quarry there, we will find some fun stuff. I made a lava cast. Don't ask why I made the lava cast. I wanted one in my world, and Anarchy servers, am I right? So, you know, lava cast. That's the thing I have. On top of the lava cast, I have a 64 by 64 block cube here of stone. It took me a while to finish. I was working on it on and off, but now I have it. I still don't have any less stone than I did before, but, you know, that's okay. Still barely changed nonetheless. I feel like here I have this, I guess this is an actual, like, trench. It goes down to Y60, and it's like 500 blocks long, goes, I think it's 1,000 total, goes from 500 that way, 500 this way, and that's it. You can just fly through it if you want, you know. I thought it'd be cool to look at, you know, just flying through it. Wow, so interesting, and yes, I did mine through this mountain. That was fun, but, you know, you can still fly through it, and I think it's pretty fun, to be honest. But yeah, that's all that is. It's not too interesting. So, as you can see here, I have a, this is a mega beacon, right? Because it's 4 layers. Yeah, because it has secondary power. Basically, it has, it's not a mega beacon because it doesn't have 6, but I have this terrible waste of iron. It has a bunch of hoppers. I gotta get rid of these hoppers and then just use water, but basically it detects when the kelp grows, and oh, I think I got some because it's going through the thing. But it goes into here, and then basically just goes into this hopper, and then goes through here, and then gives me bone meal. This thing has been, like, I've been around it for probably, like, over 8 hours at this point, and it hasn't even produced a stack of bone meal. In fact, I think 32 of that is just bone meal to put in there, so yeah, it's terrible, but, yeah, so I'm definitely gonna change this to just give you kelp, and, not bone meal, so you can just change that, you know, put it in a separate composter if you wish. But, you know, and also have water actually taking the kelp away, because, yeah, using all those hoppers is not the best idea in the world. Although I guess I haven't done it yet, so it's probably not that bad for me. Here I have my semi-automatic farm for coarse fruit. Basically what you do is, wait, when was this made? August 9th. So you just take your bow, and then you shoot the, what are they called, the coarse flowers off, because that's what lets them grow, and then you press the water bucket, you know, you press this lever here to have, like, the water flow down, break it all, put it through these hoppers. I'll probably replace that with a minecart too eventually, and, you know, it goes into here, and then it's semi-automatic. We have this bamboo farm, which I use to get all the sticks in this world, because, fun fact, 2 bamboo equals, I think, 2 sticks, or maybe 1 stick, I'm not sure, but still efficient enough for me. I use it often, you can tell because there's nothing in there, but if you wait long enough, you, gosh, will find that, you know, when bamboo grows, it'll push it down, and the minecart will pick it up and put it in. And then I have one last farm. It doesn't actually work, because I'm not sure how they work. I gotta look into this, but as you can see, I like the theme of it, you know, using the prismarine, but, you know, the cactuses grow. Since they break when they're next to a block, they fall down, and then they just kind of get caught. And what I do is I just kind of collect them if I ever need any actual, you know, cacti, as some people call it. And then I just kind of have them, and I barely ever use this thing. But if I do, you know, it works for what I'm doing, and that's just kind of it. So, there's only one more place to go, and that is literally everywhere else in the world. But by that, I mean through this nether portal. This is my original nether portal. I think I might have had another one like facing this way at one point, but I moved it here. And I'll show you my nether hub. Nether hub, if you're wondering, is a hub that you can, you know, it's what a lot of people make so that they can, I guess, go around all the parts of the world. So as you can see, I don't know which way is north, south, east, or west, but you know, you get all the different cardinal directions, and I actually did make a diagonal path eventually, but then when I realized it wasn't worth it at all, I just, you know, I only made one to 1,000 blocks, and it was such a pain, I never continued it. Hey, we got some gunpowder out of that too. That's fun. As you can see, I have some rails around for different mobs they've transported, like the ghast or other things. And as you can see, I have this track here because of a thing I'll show you in a second. So why don't we explore each of these paths one by one and show all the different things in them, or at least most of them. As you can see, here are some, like, you know, coordinates to where stuff is. And, you know, I thought it'd be cool to, like, have top locations where people go, you know. So as you can see, you know, we have all the different things. We have, like, different nether stuff that I just kind of acquire and just put around here. Oh, well, that chest is empty, but, you know, just random junk for the nether I put around. Fire resistance in there. You know, just random stuff. So we'll start with this pathway. This pathway actually dispenses boats, and you'll see why in a second. But basically what you do is you go through here, and you go on your boat, and I'll show you some of the stops. So, if you go right next to spawn, you'll notice this is where I used to get lava. You just go over here, and then you'd fall down. I used gravel for it for the first time because I didn't have an elytra. And then, oh, I like this. This is nice with the glass panes. I forgot I did this. And then I just collected all the lava I needed, but obviously I didn't need to do that. Hey, there's a slime block. Well, those things are hilariously easy to break. Oh gosh, stupid slime, get out of my face. Okay, I'm getting out of here. Oh gosh, okay. So, if you leave here, and we continue on our journey this way, if you look out there, you'll see that a lot of the terrain is destroyed because of all the time it's been used, but before mining in the nether was a real thing, you know, if you went far enough, you will see that this is where I used to mine my old nether chunks if I ever needed quartz, which didn't make sense then because you could just run around doing it. Doesn't make sense now, obviously, because it's old chunks and there's no netherite there. But I just, like, got netherrack from here, but since nobody ever needs netherrack, if they ever do any amount of nether mining, this is kind of pointless too. But as you can see, the diagonal path actually kind of goes through here. Where does it go through? Yeah, it goes through up here in a slightly higher, oh gosh, area, you know, just goes through here, does its thing, does what it wants to do. Please, gas, don't blow up this pathway. Okay, we're good. As you can see, it goes through this separate mine, I guess you could say. You could probably call it a mine if you really wanted. So as you can see, I've been expanding all of my pathways to be 3x3. This one's the last one that's 2x2. Basically what I'm going to have is packed ice / blue ice / normal ice, whatever I use. I usually have blue ice at the start and then just have it slowly get worse the further out I go because it's hard to get, you know, it's 42 normal ice and a single blue ice because you know, 9 standard ice make a packed ice, and 9 packed ice make a blue ice, so it's very expensive. So that's usually what I do. But, oh no, a ghast blew up this part. This is not fun. I hate ghasts. Worse than phantoms, but anyways, you keep going, go through here. There's a forest there. There's nothing there. There's just two forests. That's all there is there. I'll show you that in a second. That's where my end portal is. This is also a forest. And then this is obsidian, which I regret putting here because obviously it's going to be a pain to break. You keep going, and you just keep going until you find one of the few things in this pathway. This is a, I don't know, I guess it's like a blaze slash nether skeleton farm, I guess. There's no such thing as end skeletons, but basically just go through here and it kills them when they spawn in a specific area. I don't feel like talking about it now, but basically what they do is they spawn in a certain area and there's a way of finding it. And once you find it, you make a place for them to spawn. So you can see they spawn in there and then they fall down and then they get killed. You can wait in that area over there. These are old chunks, but you can see where the new chunks started over there. It's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you can still get out if you don't have an elytra. That's one big thing I like about this world. And I had to cover a bunch of stuff with slabs to make sure that mostly no mobs would spawn, because obviously, yeah, that'd be bad. I haven't completed it here, as you can see. This is going to be the ice part, and then this would be like standard block, or not standard block. This will be like soul sand, and then this will be like a normal block to walk on. So like if your boots are degraded and you don't want them to break from the soul speed, you know, that's what you can do. But yeah, from here on out, we're walking, because this pathway isn't used all that much. But if you continue going until about 1,000 blocks out, you will notice that I have a flattened jungle because of the sign. So when you go through it, what do you think you'll find? If you go here, and I don't know what happened to the nether portal, got messed up at one point, so it's like 2 of them. You follow the arrow. Oh wait, we can use Riptide Trident here. You will find that there is a jungle treehouse made of wood and stuff. Here, I can show you what's up there. It's not that interesting, but go up into here, and then it's like a multi-room treehouse, kind of. Wait, there's only one room? I feel like I made more than one room, though. Yeah, I guess I didn't make more than one room, but that's all that is. And then, as you can see, I flattened it out, and then just kind of, I got bored of it, and eventually I will continue it. As you can see, I haven't been here enough for it to even finish like this part, so it's I just kind of left. But you know, I really like this really green, you know, jungle biome stuff. Oh look, it's an ocelot. I like ocelots. An ocelot. I like ocelots and ocelot. Ha ha ha. But you know, it's a nice area. As you can see, this is the original height of the ground where these chests and my bed and stuff are. I have this block here just so when I sleep, well, when I slept, I could like spawn there. But that's kind of it. You know, it's just a fun little flattened jungle, because, you know, I thought it'd be fun to just have a jungle to flatten, because I really like that grass, and, you know, so I thought, hey, why not flatten a jungle? And, you know, it's still enough to use for something, so maybe if I ever have a good reason to, I will. But if you continue going, I have 2 woodland mansions. If you've seen some of my recent streams, you'll see that I didn't mine an entire woodland mansion. Eventually I will continue that too. I haven't lost interest in mining it. It's just I've been kind of busy recently with moving and stuff, so, you know, that's a thing. But, you know, if we keep going, we can, well, eventually find, if we could just go past him, that there are some fun things along the way. So as you can see, we hit some new chunks because of the new train, but if you just keep going and going and going, you will find, this is actually where my mushroom island is. I will show you that in a second, but if you keep going further and further, and you just keep flying or walking or whatever you're doing, you will eventually find my, you know, my good old woodland mansions. You know, I have 2 of them. I did kill the guys in them, which is kind of sad for the museum, but hopefully with the new train, maybe one will spawn closer, or I can just go to another one. I can always do that, because I would like to keep one the same. Now I just have 2 raided ones, which I probably shouldn't have done. I could have just used raids to get the, you know, actual raids to get the totems of undying. But basically, here's a woodland mansion, and so let's just go here to go to the woodland mansion. Here is where the woodland mansion is. I'm not going to show you the other one, because it's a bunch more walking, and I don't feel like showing you. It's literally just the same thing. But when you go through it, you will find there's a woodland mansion, and I've mined a good chunk of it. Yeah, as you can see by my coordinates, I'm pretty far out, but I've mined a good chunk of the roof, and, I mean, I've mined some of the insides of it, but not too much. That's about it. I haven't mined too much of the woodland mansion, but, you You know, I have a woodland mansion here, and I think it looks nice. Despite the fact it's raining and it's nighttime, so my render distance is much smaller, and I don't think... Oh, I do have a bed here. Okay. Let's go to sleep. So yeah, now you can get a better look at the woodland mansion, and yeah, I mean, it actually looks pretty nice with the ray tracing, you know? Nice little woodland mansion there. I think it's nice to see a half-destroyed woodland mansion that wasn't burned down, and I would, you know, once I mine it, of course, and put it onto all these chests. Oh, that's the loot chest. Actually, I should take that gunpowder. That will be very handy. Where did I put the stuff? There it is. This is all from one stream. I will rebuild it somewhere else, because Toycat did that, by the way. Mr. IBX Toycat, I'll put a picture up of his channel now. Mr. IBX Toycat, the man who inspired me to make this world a few years ago, you know, he did that, and he kind of stopped too. He lost interest, but I really want to see if I can do it eventually, so. Oh, my cat is purring. Oh my gosh, and after so much walking, because, yeah, there's no infrastructure in that part of the world, I just realized that I forgot to show you the mushroom biome. Gosh, so now I'm gonna have to go all the way back. But that's okay, because, you know, with the power of editing, you don't have to experience the pain I'm going through right now. Okay, we're finally at that intersection, so let's finally go to the... What is this thing even? Stupid not woodland mansion, mushroom biome, yes. And here we are, at the portal, so now we get to show another thing in this world. One of many. So many things. This was a mistake filming this all at once. But anyways, you know, you go through it, and what you find is a mushroom biome. I just realized I've done basically nothing here, and oh, there's some gunpowder. Yeah, there's not really anything to show. As you can see, it's a mushroom biome. I've taken some of the mycelium with it from it to me to take, to use for my selfish needs, in my museum. That's about it. As you can see, it's a mushroom biome with ray tracing. I mean, yeah, this was a waste of time, wasn't it? Okay, time to go back. Okay, and on the way back, I can finally show you what this is. This is the path to my end portal. So basically, you just go down here, and then the slime box kind of break your fall in some capacity. And then you just go here, and then there's lava underneath it, so it automatically burns it. And then you just press this button, and then a minecart takes it right up back into that dispenser I showed you before. So, you know, you can go to the end in a boat and still be, you know, obviously you don't have to bring the boat back or anything or take it with you. This is my thing here. I blocked off some rooms because it was kind of, I wanted to make this a home at one point, so what I did was make like my base, because then I could kind of get rid of this place almost and then make it just look like I had an end portal in my base, but I never really did that because it's just so far away from my spawn. It's just not much point. But you know, I still have like some stuff here, like some different blast furnace, you know, smoker, standard furnace, and I took a bunch of the bookshelves out of this place, but you know, yeah, I basically completely got rid of most of the stuff here. Redid the library. I used to have an enchantment table on here. Don't anymore. I don't really do anything with this place anymore. If you're wondering where the flowing torches come from, by the way, there actually are naturally flowing torches. And, so, you know, I just left the ones that I could leave intact. Like that. So anyways, let's go into my portal. Oh, and by the way, I actually did try mining a hole to my end portal, but it was in the wrong spot, so I kind of gave up on that, because I made a big hole next to my end portal, and I didn't even measure the right spot. So anyways, there's some fun stuff I'd like to show you here. If you're wondering why 2 frames are broken, this isn't a graphical thing, like, these are broken out of my end portal, that's because if you go to the top of these towers, I still have one here at least, these crystals here, like the one I just pushed all the way, you know, to my museum, if you push it down into the portal frame, it'll actually, break it. What you have to do is, since, like, the entity, like, you know, it goes through it, basically in the middle, so what you gotta do is, like, push it in, have it break it, and then push it to the side, and then it goes through. Very odd, but I think you can understand that. So anyways, I covered this place in Netherrack, and I have some big plans. But basically what I want to do is I already have this as a, fully covered on the top as netherrack. So what I want to do is have this netherrack, but then have my end island be a nether island surrounded by an ocean, which is why I'm covering the surrounding area in cobblestone so I can put water on it and then break it. And then with around it having little islands of like a mushroom biome and stuff. And I think that'd be so funny because it'd be like, like you have like all this, look at this happy home. Ooh, you want to touch the bed, don't you? As you can see, you have your nice happy home, Oh, do I have any light up here? Jeez. Nice happy home. That glass I think is brown, which is fun. But yeah, so basically, I think it'll look cool too since I only partially covered up under here. Like it'll look like the nether kind of stopped almost growing like over the island because of it. I think it'll look really cool. And the only other worthy things showing are like I have all 20, I think it is, different end gateways from killing the ender dragon all 20 times. And as you can see, I've made pathways to most of them. I'm not going to activate them because when an end update inevitably comes out, I want to be able to get to different parts of my end quickly and not have to deal with old chunks. The only other thing we're showing, I do have some pathways to end cities, but those aren't really worth showing, obviously, because you know what an end city looks like. But that's how I moved the shulkers. I have an ender. This is your basic ender. The endermen spawn there. They get angry at the endermite that's in that minecart. So then they fall down there, and they fall to 44 blocks. If you're wondering why it's really low, it's because basically Minecraft checks, it checks how much, like, space is below a thing, and how much, how many different places the endermen could spawn. So basically, if you make it really low and make nothing be able to spawn there, they can only spawn on the top, and they'll spawn quickly. Then they can fall down, and then you can kill them. And then, obviously, their stuff goes into this chest here, which I will take one of because I'm missing an ender pearl. And then you can just kill it to get all your lovely XP. So, yeah, that's basically one of the last things in my end worth actually showing. Oh, that was close. I made a little thing under there. It's just a glass dome for, like when I cover this thing in water, it'll be like, it'll be like a little thing down there that got flooded, but, it was prepared for what would happen. And obviously that pathway to the ender is fully surrounded in glass, obviously, so it don't fall off. But also so that, when there's water around it, it won't be affected at all. Continuing over here, we have what was going to be a Death Star I made out of cobblestone with Jake. Jake was like, yeah, it'll be easy, just do some stuff around corners and do whatever. And I was like, okay, let's see what you do. Yeah, so Jake joined this world at one point. He didn't really do anything. He did nothing. I placed so many more blocks than he placed, like, maybe a stack. So I'm saying it's a single player world, so it's just like, it's still single player. He just joined once, just to talk with me while I did this. But basically, yeah, the Ender Dragon actually went through this and destroyed it at one point. But we never finished it, obviously, and we also very clearly never finished it. So, yeah, I mean, it's whatever. And this pathway leads out of my end island. And actually, I have another one that goes out to all the way to a end gateway thing, or an end city, but you can only get through the actual end gateway, like the shulkers. So I couldn't actually get them through the portal to get them here quicker. So I had to go all the way, like 3,000 blocks out, all the way here. It was not fun to move them in that boat because you have to crouch. So imagine crouching on a pathway and making it as you go with these, shulkers. They have to still be kind of slow for it, like even slower than crouching, to pull them with a lead. I don't have a lead on me. In their boat, and then just pull them while they're hitting you. Can you imagine how painful that would be? Well, I can because I did it. But anyways, let's go through there. Oh my gosh, I'm all the way back at this darn thing. I completely forgot about that. I'm all the way back at this stupid. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, considering the fact that we're back at the Woodland Mansion, let's go back. Luckily for you, you don't have to experience the pain of that. You only have to experience the pain of me touring this entire world. Isn't that fun? Okay, and now that we are finally back, let's go show the other 3 ones, and that'll be the end of the tour. I mean, obviously there's some other little things in certain places, but I can't show everything. It's too much, Okay, so let's go in this direction. So, if you continue going this way, you will notice that there's a portal there, and what does that portal lead to, you may ask? I used it to get my ghast and my blaze into my museum. That's all that does. It just leads to the museum, but obviously that portal's closed, so I'll probably make a new one, and since I don't want to go through that portal and create a new one and have it destroy something, I'm not going to go through it. But if we continue going this way, this is my least used path in the game, in my world. Yeah, it does nothing here. It just keeps going. I haven't done anything with this path, maybe just solely because there's nothing over in that direction I want to go to. It's never been anything. No biomes, no structures. I guess that would basically just be the Woodland Mansion, because that's kind of the only, one that is really rare. Is there another really rare structure you can go to? I can't think of one. Maybe an ocean monument, but those are pretty common if you find an ocean, so maybe not. So that's 2 down, 2 to go. Let's go in this one first. This one's pretty busy. So as you can see, I have super fast horses. Here, oh, he doesn't have a saddle on. Here, oh gosh. Okay, I have to jump through it. I can't jump through it. Take my word for it, though. He's a very fast, oh gosh. See, look how fast he is. Boom. It's like a 60 blocks. Okay, maybe not 60 a second, but very fast horses. So anyways, if you take this boat, you will find yourself going down in this direction. So if you continue going, you will see that there is a first stop, and this is basically the only thing I've actually made in my nether for fun. It's a sky height, farm for nether warts. So basically you go down, and obviously I haven't filled the whole thing out because nether warts grow kind of slowly, but, they start at bedrock and they go all the way up. Obviously, oh geez, that was really hurting me for some reason. Just a bunch of glowberries, and there's not too many though, because I didn't feel like waiting for all of them to grow and then filling it up, and I don't use them too often, so I just, I leave the nether warts to do it. But yeah, as you can see, if you go down here, you can see that, yeah, it's also very, like, pink and red in here, or purple, because there's so much magenta, and this is the nether. It's kind of crazy in here, so here, I could show you without the ray tracing, but, I think we should show the ray tracing, because that's what this tour is all about. But if you look, you can see that does go right up to bedrock and the ceiling, so that's pretty fun. So yeah, let's keep going. So if we keep going here, you will notice that, yeah, that part isn't complete because I'm still expanding it. This is my village. Now, I used to have egg trade villagers and melon slice trade villagers, but they seem to just disappear once they got rid of them. I think that might have been a thing they did on purpose. As you can see, to get the cat achievement for getting a bunch of stray cats. Look, if the jelly cat, if you know what I mean by that, then you are a true Minecraft player. Jelly cat, and then IBX toy cat. Hey, stupid zombie. But yeah, if you just keep going, you'll notice, I have a raid here, but I can't find the raid guys, so they're just kind of here. I renovated this village. I left it at one point, but then came back to it. Hey, how did he get out? He doesn't have anything that great anyways, but actually, wait, he has bottle enchantings. Well, that's actually really cool. Well, anyways, I have some farms here. As you can see, that's the original. Actually, I made that other sugarcane farm before this one, but that was the first one that I actually had a bunch of sugarcane on. Let's just go to sleep here real quick so that, I can show the village better. But yeah, there's just a bunch of houses, some of which I made myself, like that melon one. And, they're just kind of in here, encased in these walls, and, I trade with them every so often. But, that's pretty much it. It's just your standard old village, and if you're wondering why I chose a village so far away, I think I just did a random portal out because I didn't really know how to do, portals then, I guess, or didn't care, so I just did this. And there's actually another village over there, which I haven't used for anything, but I think I used it to get a bell, because I don't think you can craft bells, but as you can see, here's an ancient debris mine. So you go through the ancient debris mine's pathway, and what you find is ancient debris in a mine. I mean, you have to mine for it, obviously. Any ancient debris I've seen, I've mined up, but if you go in this direction, you can fall down here. Oh, geez. And you can throw your rotten flesh into some lava if you want. But also, in addition to that, as you can see, I've mined quite a bit. If you go in this direction, you'll see that I've mined out entire chunks. It's really hard to tell with the render distance here, but you can see I've mined out tons and tons and tons down here. I've spent many tens of hours. That might be pushing it, but mining down here, just, you know, getting stuff. As you can see there, I've mined some TNT involved too in other places, like if you go over here, maybe. No, that's still normal mined. With a pickaxe. Here's some stuff done with TNT, as you can see, all the way down there, and like all the way down there. So yeah, as you can see, I've definitely mined a good amount, you know, with TNT. Oh, there's some unlit TNT there. Guess I left it. Oh, geez, get away from me, you Freddy Freaker. But anyways, oh, no, not that shovel. But that's basically it. It's a mine. It's kind of dark with ray tracing, although you can still mine, obviously, if you have a good screen, like, mine, like, with you know, good, what is it, lighting, whatever, especially if it's OLED, you know, has good light levels, black levels. So, you know, I have some blast furnaces here for, I guess, ancient debris, because I'm getting that much ancient debris that I need 4 different blast furnaces. I don't know, don't ask me. And then I store a bunch of my netherrack in here, as you can see. I've taken out a bunch of it and moved it elsewhere, but, you know, because I haven't mined in a while. But, you know, it's a pretty big mine with a bunch of stuff mined in it, fun fact. And that's about it. And this way, since I wanted to do more traditional mining, obviously I can't really truly escape from the other one, because there's, like, you know, mines that are thousands of blocks long, because it's very easy to mine netherrack, you know, it's very quick. But, you know, I wanted to go, like, 1 block lower so I could tell the difference, kind of. But even then I can't, but, you know, as long as I go a bit further away, usually it's pretty fine. But, so you go through this way, you go down here. Oh, gosh. See, this is how I got the other ghast. He just spawned an area where he wouldn't move. Oh, geez. Now I gotta fill this all in. So much work, I know. But yeah, it's just a mine. If you go down here, so you can see. Whoa. I just mined a bunch here. So these are probably the latest parts where I've actually mined. And yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. As you can see, this is another way out of the mine. Whoa. That's how I got my gas. As you can see, he went all the way along here and stuff. So yeah, let's continue the tour. So yeah, it's the netherite mines, I guess. How am I supposed to get in here? Yeah, I'll just mine through here. So yeah, let's keep going. If we just go this way. This is my 1.17.2 mine in Minecraft 1.17.2. If you didn't know, in Minecraft 1.17, when the update first came out, the block part of the Caves and Cliffs update, oh, look at that, it's raining. There is actually a deficiency of diamonds, so I had a separate mine for that until they fix it, which is this one, where there's chunks with actually more, you know, diamonds in them. So as you can see, this is the more diamonds one, slightly newer. Currently running Minecraft 1.17.32. You can't see it there, but, you know. So I have this nice geode pathway here, and then makes nice jingly sounds. And then, yeah, you know, in each direction it goes pretty far. I've actually fought the wither in some places here. Further down, it looks identical to the other one. Obviously, the wither just kind of blasted through a bunch of stuff. And I actually used it to mine at one point. But yeah, as you can see, it's just a bunch of different places I've mined here. And as you can see, I've definitely spent a bunch of time. That looks like diamonds, but it's just copper. Yeah, it's copper. But yeah, as you can see, I have had withers here, like, do some mining. And yeah, it was fun. Oh, is that diamonds? I think those are... No, those aren't diamonds, because diamonds have the old texture. That's lapis lazuli, I think, but... Yeah, you know, fun stuff. You know, there's, like, a bunch of stuff mined here, and, you know, it's actually pretty bright with the lava and stuff for the ray tracing, so... Oh, yeah, there was also a geode one of them found, and it was actually partially protected by water, which is pretty fun. I would say it's only the explosives. If he dashes into it, he also can destroy water and lava. And there's probably whole lava pools in here that are completely destroyed from the withers. But you get the point. You know, wither stuff. So, yeah. Now I'm realizing that the other mine looks identical, so I'm not going to show it. It's the same exact thing. I just don't have geodes there, because I knew it wasn't going to be that permanent. This isn't going to be that permanent, because caving's going to become much more useful in the future, but you get the point there. So, you know, let's go back into this portal, and then just show some of the last things. onwards. Oh, so if you go over here, you'll see, whoa, I have the 1.17 mine, same as 1.17.2 mine, except there's less diamonds. And if you really keep going, there is not much left. I haven't linked too much through the Nether because I just haven't put much work into that. So you can see it ends like right there. So, you know, obviously, you know, there's not too much there, but what does this part lead to? I'm actually not too sure. So let's just go through. Let's see, what is here? Oh, I think this was a place where I was going to try making a bedrock pit, before Minecraft 7.18 came out. But then I realized that, well, I didn't realize that it didn't work. I guess I realized that, but then now I'm not going to do it because, and I'm not going to do it because, apparently, they're actually going to give you an option. Oh, he's suffocating. Let's just let him suffocate. But, they're actually giving you an option to turn your bedrock into deep slate and then have extra caves under it, which is what I'm going to do. So it's fun that I tried doing it at one point. I mean, that's kind of a bit of history, I guess. So yeah, anyways, there's only one more path to do, and that's the majority of the stuff in my world. There is some other stuff which you might see in the future, or if you go back into older videos. Please don't watch those older videos, they're really bad. But, you know, I'm not saying this video is any better, but let's go on this one. This one's actually lit up. I'd say this is the most complete one. If you're wondering what was there, that was just the desert with all the machines and whatever. Here we have a Badlands biome. Now, I want this video to be even slightly shorter than normal, you know, whatever. So, yeah, I'm just going to not show you that. If you really want to know what a Badlands looks like previously, you know, I'm forgetting what it originally was called, actually, so I guess that's a good thing. You know, on screen right now is what it was originally called. What is in here? Don't ask me, I don't know. Oh, I think this is another attempt at making a, you know, bedrock thing. Yes, you can see over there. I was trying to make a bedrock pit, because basically, if you don't know, what they're originally going to do is have the entirety of your old chunks, since they're lowering the height in 1.18, it would all be bedrock, so you could technically make, like, have in a circle of old chunks where the bedrock would go down, and then you'd have bedrock on the actual floor of the new chunk, and then it would be like, you know, you could have, like, a bedrock thing. A bedrock pit. But basically, this is my ice spikes biome. You can tell because of the ice right there. And so you go in, and this is what it looks like. Oh, look at this ice, it's very beautiful. Or glass, it's very beautiful. The ice is fine, I guess. But I'll show you some of the things. This was originally going to be my big, crazy base. I'm already spending so much time replacing that standard ice with packed ice, and I guess there's some blue ice there, because I wanted to, you know, place torches in there so the ice wouldn't melt. Fun stuff. And, as you can see, you know, it's just a nice ice biome. I've mined a lot, like, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of ice here. Like, I have used so much ice. There's still more ice left, though, so, you know, not gonna run out anytime soon. I have to find another one. I have found others. This is a Elder Guardian farm, or not an Elder Guardian farm, just a Guardian farm. Basically what you do is you find the correct coordinates, and then you make a plug. It's basically, like, whatever block you pick, and it goes, you can see it goes all the way down, you know, to, like, a cave, you know, because obviously it's probably not going to, actually, there probably will be water there, but it won't matter because it's not going to be loaded. And so basically you plug up each one of those, and that's where a Guardian will spawn. And then what you do is you just go up here, and then the one place it can spawn, there is a bubble elevator which brings them up, the Guardians, and then this handy dandy thing here kills them. So, do it. There we go, yeah, it kills them. And then, if you go in here, you can see they drop their stuff, and then you can use the prismarines to make prismarine blocks and stuff. So it's actually a nice farm. It's still very slow. It looks faster here because I just went and all new guys are, you know, all new Guardians are spawning, and it still stopped. So, you know, and obviously there's no looting on tridents that spins around in there, so obviously, you know, you can't get a bunch of resources, but you know, it's still good. And I think the looting does apply if you're holding a sword, but I've only heard that. I haven't tested it myself. As you can see, I have some random junk in this chest. And that's about it. Let's go to sleep here so that if I go through the end again, I don't go all the way back to that darn woodland mansion. And, let's finish up this tour. As you can see here, we have my tropical ocean. It's not called a coral reef, by the way. It's a tropical ocean. So if you go to the tropical ocean, you will find that there is some lime terracotta. Oh, no, it's not terracotta. Dang it. Lime concrete. And it looks beautiful. Just look at this water with, like, ray tracing. It's amazing. It is a beautiful sight to behold. But look around and you see, oh, look, I'm swimming with dolphins. And they give me an extra speed boost. That's nice. So yeah, it's just a coral reef. Oh, you could see the whole thing there if you get the camera just right in the water. There's still a glitch going around where they die for some reason, just like real coral reefs. Except it's not a glitch in real life, but, you have some coral reefs. Dead ones, partially dead. I don't know why they die, it's a weird glitch, but, we got some mostly alive ones, and it's a pretty big one, so this is where I've gotten the coral for that museum I showed you earlier. And so yeah, that's pretty much everything in the world. Now obviously this isn't everything in the world. There's little things here and there that I just don't want to get into and just find, and half the stuff I don't remember. I think I'm remembering something now. It's like a layout for a mansion I did. This does continue, by the way, but I don't think there's anything there. At least nothing of note. So yeah, I mean, places I found different mobs. Obviously there's a bunch of different structures and stuff I found and looted, like to get pig step. Did I ever mention that I checked, I don't even know how many piglin bastions. I checked probably like 20, 30, 40 piglin bastions, loaded so many chunks just to find pig step. It was crazy. I think I just had really bad luck. In fact, camera person, her world, she got pig step on her first woodland mansion, the second chest in her first woodland mansion. It was crazy. And I'm over here not getting one at all. It was not fun, but I'm happy this video is ended because I've been recording for like 3 hours today, and you probably are too if you've managed to watch this whole thing. Put in the comments that you didn't skip to the end, and put in the comments what I said at 14 minutes and 38 seconds into the video, and you are a champion. Also, say that I said that to do this at the end too, so even if you skipped ahead, you have to do 2 things. Oh wait, no, now you're going back into 14:58, dang it. You know what, if you watch the whole video, you're probably not lying, maybe. So yeah, anyways, with that has been my like 3-year-old Minecraft world tour. This world is ginormous, both size-wise. If you're wondering, it's like 500 megabytes, half gigabyte. And I've spent a lot of time on it, and I've done a bunch of junk on it, and I'm planning on doing more in the future. So, I don't know where I'm going to end this video. There's not really any good place to end it. I'll end it on the map. It's pretty fun. So, I'm in front of the map. So, with that, I'm ZNSystem3. This has been a video on the internet. This has been my Minecraft world tour of pretty much the whole thing. And, bye-bye now, I guess. I don't know.